We are live! Hi, everyone! Oh my gosh. I'm so happy everyone just randomly figures out that I'm affiliate. It's so fun. Hi, neighbor. Hi, Demon Lord. Welcome to the stream. Happy you guys are here. Because we are about to... We're about to solve a murder that happened on an airplane today. That's fun. I played like the first part of it last stream. The VOD isn't up yet because I was busy. I mean, the commercial and all the purple buttons are quite noticeable. Yeah, that's true. But I just find it so funny for people to notice and like, oh my gosh, you're affiliate, especially because I didn't officially announce it. I mean, I did announce it on Twitter after the first stream. So people should know I'm affiliate now. But yeah, I'm very happy. I'm so proud of myself for accomplishing it finally. It took so long. Hi Ikachu, welcome to the stream. Oh my gosh. I am just in the moon. I'm just living my best life right now. I still need to make more emotes though. I am working on those. I hope they are ready around next stream. So yeah, the GG's emotes. Those are the base ones that Twitch gives you. So I want to replace that too, but I do want to keep the GG. I do want to keep the GG. So yeah, look forward to the emotes that I will make personally myself. So yeah. So, without further ado, behold. Look at the background. The background changes depending on where you are in the game. This wasn't the background last time. It's so cool. Look at it. It's so sleek. Might be nice if you have emotes for each of your outfits. I fear I don't have enough emote slots right now. I need to become partner to have more of them. So the basic plan is just polka dot emotes and maybe for the higher sub tiers, my own face as an emote. That's... I will lurk. I'm walking in Stockholm. Yeah, sure, no worries. I will be having fun anyway. Okay. I'll be leaving now, but enjoy your stream. Yeah, thank you for coming by. And thank you for the congratulations. I really appreciate it. Let's continue with Turnabout Airlines. March 12th, 1 p.m. local time, Hope Springs Airport. Oh my god. Is this salmonella? What? This man is... Oh man, that man is super happy to be off the plane. Look at him! It's like... Why does he look so disappointed? I know that once we had landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Mr. Nero and Miss Meal, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Mr. Nero in private. So I'm left wondering just what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. Yes! It is her! Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. It's been so long! Oh my gosh, how are you, Francisca? Oh my gosh. I need to remember the voice I did for her. But I have a feeling that will come to me naturally, I hope. Francisca, I thought you were still in Germany. I go where I am needed. And wherever there are criminals to be caught. Her name is Francisca von Karma. the daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try to flatter me, Miles. I'm placing you under arrest. Of course. What? It's quite frustrating, actually. I had hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day when a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame? Is this before your father got arrested? She really likes her whip. I mean, it's Franziska. She always loved the whip. Wait, it has all been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim. A misunderstanding. I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor, and then you beat him to death. Franziska, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? No. I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I've investigated this for myself. I could put your arrest on hold until then. That's as it should be. Ha! I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you, of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for. Well, I have my own creed which I must fulfill. So why don't we solve this together? Is she gonna be the new partner? I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town. Trust me, I had no intention to. Detective Gumshoe! Yes! Yes, sir! There he is! Oh my gosh! Too slow. Ow! Oh my god, poor Gumshoe. Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand? Mr. Edgeworth? I'm supposed to guard him. A simple yes or no, detective. Ah! Yes, sir. Understood, sir. You just leave it to me. Poor Gumshoe. Miles Edgeworth. If you interfere with my investigation, I will arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me. Okay. Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay. Boy, am I glad I get to leave Franziska for 5 minutes. It's maybe a good enough answer. Maybe I... Oops. Thank you, detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this. I have to admit, I'm a bit curious as to what Franziska is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you. Oh my god, the theme song! So, how's the initial investigation going? We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office. And we're taking statements now, sir. That sounds like Franziska. She was always good at the quick responses to a case. I'd say she was, a little too quick, sir. Hmm? Oh, how so? I watched that over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kind of creepy, as though she knew there had been a murder or something. And had come in advance to wait your flight's arrival. Huh, that is odd. That is sort of odd. An almost echo? She did slow up rather quickly, and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all of this. Miss Von Karma just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident. No details. It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir. Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with a whip. Yeah, we've seen it firsthand. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, detective. Although, I'm wondering if her case has anything to do with mine. Anyway, that's all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate. Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation. starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh. Can we walk around? Looking from behind, I think I've seen this man somewhere before. What the frick? In Soviet Russia, world flags, lunchboxes, it's you! Oh my gosh, he just died. Mr. Edwards, we gotta get him some water. Found it, lol. Ooh, I feel a wave of creative powers coming on. It's over 9,000. Help! For my next lead movie, it's gonna be the Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo Tokyo, versus the World Samurai, Champion of Earth. It's gonna rock so many boxers. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah! Whew, good thing it was a false alarm, right, Miss Edgeworth? So Steel Samurai's finally getting a movie. Of course, that's the thing you take from all of this. Completely ignoring me as usual. Lunchland. Oh my gosh, that's where Angel Star works. Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own brand shops. Oh, I've always wanted to give their stick lunch a try. Which should I go with? I recommend our airport special. World Flags lunchboxes, only available for a limited time. We have a variety of... Oops, sorry. I saw Gumshoe's reaction. I thought, oh my god, he has to have the next word, but no. We have a variety of lunchboxes made up to look like different countries' flags. You really want one that badly, Detective? Why don't you go ahead and buy one? Is that okay, sir? Thanks. All right, and I'm really gonna get one. Here I go. Excuse me, miss. I'll take a Star-Spangled Banner lunchbox, please. I hope he's aware that the most expensive one on the menu. Oh well, at least he'll eat good tonight. This man was in the first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair. I'd be pretty scared too if I got caught up in a murder investigation, sir. I did it. I made it so light. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. This life vest is proof I made it alive. It's not my prized possession. How could you just take that from the plane? It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. It's got nothing to do with the murder, at least. Yeah. Can we enter the plane again? Oh gosh, we even see the captain now. Oh my gosh, everyone is here. Not everyone, but a lot of people are here. So you must be the captain. Why, yes, I am. And who might you be? I'm the prodigy prosecutor, Franziska von Karma. And I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain. Getting friendly with another woman. I'll never forgive you if you do. What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. Ugh. Seriously. Wouldn't bet money on our dear Captain to be much of a reputable person. Sure you don't want to ask the Captain some questions, sir? He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I'd like to leave that type of witness to Franziska and her whip. Wait, is that lady holding a teddy bear or something? Yeah, it's apparently the plane's mascot. Like the airline's mascot. They were even sold at the shop last stream. Ah! Bit of a delayed reaction to the whip, but whatever. Oh no, he's still very upset. What is he ranting about now? Now see here! Ah! Sorry, I'm sorry! Gumshoe, he's not angry at you. How long do you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be the criminal. I told you. Mr. LeBlanc. Oh, it is you. Tell this man to stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend. Oh my gosh. This man's theme song, it's so funny. Sir, you can't go in there. I'm Miles Edgeworth. I am one of the prosecutors on this case, so please, let me through. I'm very sorry, sir. No one is allowed to enter without Miss Von Karma's express permission. But I'm on the case. Yes, I understand that, but I also have explicit instructions to not let you through from Miss Von Karma. Of course she would! Why would you do this to me, Francisca? Sisterly. Not, like, sibling rivalry, I guess. That's just what a sister does. Oh my gosh, you have to be in a certain distance from this man to talk to him. Did you finish taking his statement yet? Yep, all done, sir. I do not concern it if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back. Is cargo? If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay. Art? What sort of art? Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of art. Folk costumes. Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat. It kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. What other piece of cloth? Oh! Thanks for the hint, Edgeworth. So, what is your link with this cloth? Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me? Oh! It's a Borginian cloth. As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose. Yes, of course! This fabric is so famous, orders come from over the seas for more. Ah, so that's why. Maybe there were boxes of this in the cargo hold. World famous export of Borginia, its beautiful pattern has been soiled by blood. And this is a cargo you were talking about earlier? No. My cargo this time is much gigantic. You, detective, when can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. The stubbornness of you police. It is no good. And it is no good that attendant refuses to exit the attendance room too. That attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Mr. Nero. What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc? She was taken into the attendance room for an interview. And then they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier. Quicker than her. Why is Mr. Nero's interview the only one that's taking up so much time? Oh, because now she's slowly becoming the suspect, I guess. Oh, hi, Francisca. Francisca. No, stop. Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you? Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Nero. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room. Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances. I understand. You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking. She's basically accusing him of, like, seducing the attendants. But you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. Okay. Sibling face-off. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. The likeliest suspect, Francisca. Do you have a problem with that? No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute. I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend? Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary. For I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break your line of logic. Fast. Okay. The most obvious thing. Let's not complicate things, go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here. No, I don't think so, because Yeah. This was used to move the body, so this cannot be the place of the crime. I hope.
Objection!
Yes! Okay! I thought for a second that... Oof. It would appear that you did not have all the information needed after all. And what does that mean? I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. Ooh, hype music! The killer used the suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all.
Objection!
Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions? Excuse me. All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth. I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily. You should know better than that. Yvonne Karma is perfect in every way. But did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point?
Objection!
As if there is proof of that. Where is the proof that the suitcase was moved around? Wait a sec. There's wheel tracks on this!
Take that!
The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. Yes! Where's the evidence that proves the killer dragged the suitcase through here? Over here.
Take that!
This mark here, wouldn't you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels? I suppose. Further, there's also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here. I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Objection!
No, she's not gonna... Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear. Not by a long shot. Nope. She doesn't back down that easily. Francisca's logic part 2. You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence. I think this is a statement we need to contradict. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge while you beat him to death. Then while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and flew out the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from. And pretended to be the discoverer of the body. No. Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly. Just what are you insinuating? And I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in her logic in one fell swoop. Yeah. Francisca's logic part 2. You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence. That's the one. This was taken out of its display case in the in-flight shop after the turbulence. This is it.
Objection!
There we go. Easy. The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared. Evidence and logic. Essential tools to those who would stand in a courtroom must learn to master. But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix? A fake? This Captain Hugo piggy bank is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon. What? The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important. And it was taken after the turbulence had occurred. But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that? I assume it was added after the murder, when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick up the bank from off the floor and took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, in my pocket to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Acme Hicks. Acme Hicks. You there! Yes, ma'am! Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found? We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence. And the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood. I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end. But it's possible that it's just hidden somewhere, sir. Ah! Hi, Irene. How are you? Who's your favorite Ace Attorney character? This is a more broad question, but also favorite game or series overall and characters. Sorry for my messes being so masses. It's okay. That is a very difficult question. I like all of them. There are characters that I like more than others. I mean, Edgeworth is a clear favorite. So is Blackwell and Phoenix. I'm shocked you got my name right. So many people get it wrong. It was a bit of a guess, so it was just luck on my account. But yeah, I do like the prosecutors from most games, and Phoenix is also a really good character. It was a very interesting development he did in the second trilogy, the Apollo Justice trilogy, so I appreciated that too. But that's for favorite games. I mean, in terms of like playability, Dual Destinies is super handy with its kind of like accessibility features, as I'm saying, because the previous games I did get stuck a lot in investigations. But with Dual Destinies I didn't, which I really appreciated. And this game also plays really well. So in terms of playability, like, I haven't played much of this yet, but I prefer investigation series and Dual Destinies in terms of playability, but in terms of stories, I do prefer the first 3 games of the trilogy. But yeah, it's very difficult for me. I do like a lot out of every game. So I hope that answers your question. It's not a very specific question. It's not a very specific answer, but it's an answer I gave, I guess. Okay, let's continue. If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth. Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderous personage, or is still at the real crime scene.
Objection!
But where is the real crime scene? There is one more possibility. And that would be that the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon. But then if we just... Let me finish. The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time that the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see, so that means that the killer had the key to the display case. Francisca, the person you're talking about. Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying. Speaking of which, I recall that you also wished to speak with her. Yes. Very well. Permission granted, but only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other? I have no intention of interrogating her, but you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish. Mr. Nero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move. Okay. My favorite Ace Attorney characters are Van Zeeks, Edgeworth, and Gumshoe. I mean, I do not know who Van Zeeks is, but I did... The name sounds a bit familiar. Maybe it's from the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I have not played those yet. My favorite game, I meant a favorite game or series besides Ace Attorney of all time, is Tales of the Abyss. Ah, okay. And my favorite characters are Reen and Emma from Trails of Cold Steel. Ironically, I hate Cold Steel and later Trails games. That's interesting. But yeah, Gumshoe really is an MVP. I I'm ashamed I didn't mention him. I'm sorry, Gumshoe. He is my favorite detective of all time in the Ace Attorney series. So that counts for something. Gumshoe gets the Best Detective Award. March 12, 2:23 p.m. Flight G390. Oops. First floor flight attendant's room. I like those two characters since they actually drive the plot and genuinely struggle. Ah, I see. So you're the one that poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is a very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? Mr. Nero. Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too? Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did? All right. Okay. I hate main character who can't drive the story. I see. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that? Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission. What do you mean? The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Meal. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends. In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Ah, nice moment. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges. Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Mr. Nero, is it? There is one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well, Why the sudden hesitation? Francisca seems to have struck a nerve. The only Ace Attorney character I don't like is Gato? Really? Why is that, may I ask? I mean, Gato is not my favorite prosecutor by any means, but that final confrontation was just... The final cross-examination was so good. All I did was check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work then? Yes, I am in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell. Mr. Nero claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. What thing? Oh, it was made by her. If you could please take a look at this for me, Mr. Nero. Oh, that suitcase. Yes, about the suitcase. You are the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else out about it. The suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it? There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there? Won't you please tell me more about the suitcase? Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional, I am not supposed to care. But I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see that it was the last one there. The last one there? The last one there. Oh, hi, Winged! Welcome to the stream! Well, what do we have here? An affiliate in the chat! Yeah, I also noticed. Thank you for subscribing after the stream, Winged. I really appreciate it. Because he's a self-righteous butt who put Maya and Pearl's lives in danger to their Phoenix or something, and Phoenix had... Also, the Phoenix already spoken himself capable of doing, looking after Fae families. His entire reason for hating Wright is stupid. So when whole weight wasn't there when she died, he did avenge her death. Yeah, that got me puzzled either about Gato. I mean, didn't he notice that we got Mia's killer into prison? Like... That should have been proof enough. But, yeah. I did say I'd subscribe the second I could, and if I say something, I do something. Congrats. Thank you very much. Yeah. I'll put in the work to make emotes and sub badges, so look forward to that. The last suitcase. So you're saying, Mr. Nero, that the suitcase in question was the last one? Yes. They're just so popular, they're practically flying off the shelves. That's not exactly the impression I got. The one in the shop is most definitely the last one. Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase. Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one. I didn't say anything about buying it. Then say you'll buy it. I'm sorry, I can't. But why? I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. Yes, the neon really matches his frown. I guarantee it personally as a service professional. Well, that is... How should I put this? It's hideous. What? Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on, my issue with the suitcases isn't the design, it's the number of them remaining. But remaining? There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it. 2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only 1. Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only 1 suitcase left. Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? By the way, Mr. Nero. What is one of those suitcases doing here? That's... I thought you said there was only 1 left. That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now. Wait, then why is the price tag still on it? She's used it for a long time? I think not. That suitcase is $1,200? What? This design is something for like $50. Why is it $1,200? No wonder it's been sold in the first class shop. Jesus! My gosh, the economy is horrible. That this costs $1,200. Even worse is the fact that they downplay his crimes by having his comeuppance be treated as tragic. Yeah, that is fair too. I mean, he did like really complicate the last case. Only $1,200 to think someone would lower themselves to such a low standard. Wait, what? Mr. Nero, I'd appreciate it if it wouldn't lie to me. You think this case is worth $5,000? Excuse me? I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. What proves that this hasn't been used for nearly as long as Mr. Nero says? The freaking price tag.
Take that!
I bet those things would be sold more if they had a more acceptable price. Yeah, I mean, if this thing was $50, I mean, everyone would buy it. I mean, there would be like a subculture for it, you know? This would go trending on social media. Not even a little bit, I'd buy it for $5. I mean, same for me. I don't like the style at all. I do like the black suitcases, you know? Given how ugly sweaters were a thing. Yeah, that is also true. I mean, I do have my own Christmas sweater. Yeah. Tell me, Mr. Nero, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase? What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase? Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Mr. Nero, I think I understand. I know what you are trying to hide. Now then, the suitcase was originally in the in-flight shop. I wonder how she buzzed up her hair like that. I mean, there are like special pins that you can use. I bet she uses building blocks. I mean, that can be the case. Weirder things have been used in hairstyles. Seeing as how the price tag is still on this suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought the suitcase was... you yourself?
Take that!
She bought her own suitcase! Ah, that is actually really sad. Aw. That's like view botting for streams. To make the sales numbers look better than they are. It was you, wasn't it, Mr. Nero? I hate to say this, but the suitcase that you designed... it hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling. And were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right? Then, the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I had finally accomplished something. Aww. That sense of pride, I know the feeling. But the suitcases didn't sell. It's because of the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous. Can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either. Yeah, that is true. The price is way too high. We weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there, day in and day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I've worked. Lady! How much of your wage are you giving up? How much of your savings did you throw away? You think they'd lower the prices for a clearance sale and sell them to the lower class? No way! You buy one for every single time you work a flight? I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here is my receipt for that purchase. This receipt is clearly timestamped 5:40 a.m. Okay. This was pretty... it was very close to the murder. The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight. I actually want to know how much the disposable income is. Yeah, I know. I want to know too. Is she like... does she like save a lot of money or something? Because... she must be a hell of a saver to be able to buy a suitcase for every flight. Mr. Nero, where are those other suitcases? They should all be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer used could very well have come from the cargo hold. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases to... Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases. Oh my god, I get it! Okay. There were originally 2 suitcases in the shop. De Niro bought one and brought hers over in the flight attendant's room. And the killer used one in the cargo hold to move the body and then put it back in the original spot. So that there were also 2 suitcases there. And that's why one of the wheels didn't have stoppers. Oh, I didn't read. Wait. Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body. Ah! How could they? The suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wished for them to be. Mr. Nero, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator? The only other way is just through that door there. And what about security? That door has no special lock installed because... just to enter this room, you need a special key card that only crew members have access to. Crew members, huh? Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room. eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects. I can't believe it. Oh, no. I know that look on her face. She's ready to arrest Mr. Nero. Yes, Francisca? Going on these wild goose chases. You're a disgrace to the Von Karma name. And what do you mean by that? The suitcases came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story. Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their keycard. Miles Edgeworth, you're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct? Yes, that's the only realistic possibility. That other attendant, Miss Meal. I asked her earlier, and she had this to say. Francisca got information out of Miss Meal. In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different keycard is required. A different one? Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhoda to Nero, and only you. Ah! Oh no. What? Is this true, Mr. Nero? Yes, I keep that keycard in my locker at all times. Could you please show us that card right now? Yes, hold on. I don't believe it! It's stolen? What's wrong? The keycard, it's gone! Ha ha ha. Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You've really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You can tell us all about what's it like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman. Yes, ma'am. Oh no, no. Mr. Edgeworth. Oh no! Aww. I feel bad for her. What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face. Francisca, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case. However... Hold it! Don't even think about wasting any more of my time! You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth? I intend to do likewise. Okay, to be continued. Save your progress. Yes, please. Give it to me. Okay. Let's see what the cargo hold has in store for us. March 12th, 2:52 p.m. Flight G390, lower deck cargo hold. Wow, so this is the cargo hold, huh? He immediately charges in. It's so big! I wish I had an echo modifier on my voice. Oops. I keep dropping my pen. I'm constantly fiddling with it, but... Ah! This is what happens when I don't have my hands busy with the controller. I'm fiddling with a pen. This place is a special model. This plane is a special model. It has both a super large cargo hold and ultra luxurious first class seating. Huh. So this is the real scene of the murder. There's certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Begin investigation. I see immediately. There is one missing. Holy suitcases, Miss Edgeworth. It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair. These must be all the leftover ones they couldn't sell. The ones the company is planning to dispose... The ones the company is planning to dispose of after this flight is over. This paint job is really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness. You think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200! I think I'll pass. Ah. And Mr. Nero wonders why they don't sell. would need 2 jobs just to buy one. Oh no! Does that mean De Niro works 2 jobs? And being a flight attendant already is like a very taxing job. Oh no. Oh man, I feel bad for her so much. A rare collector's edition. Although, it definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on? It's a bunch of glass fragments? What are these glass shards from? Okay. Good start, good start. Bed sheets. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew. This sure brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir. By the look of it in his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pours on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. A suitcase? Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal? It's what the victim checked in, sir. Wait, the victim was here! So the suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we take a closer look. There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir. Wait, a file? And there's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir. What? Looks like a profile on Francisca. Huh. They knew each other. Why would Mr. Hicks had a file on her? Highly flammable. Let's ask her, shall we? You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you were already here at this airport for something besides this murder. Yes, I was. Why at this airport? I've been following a very large and involved governmental level international crime. But it's much too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. Interpol? Francisca came to this airport as an Interpol liaison. Ah! Interpol is involved. It's a top secret operation, so I can't really tell you any more than I already have. Can I present... Oh. It's not official thing yet, but I will connect the dots. Profile on Francisca and the Interpol. They were connected. Wait! Does that mean the victim was an Interpol agent? Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Francisca? Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir. Francisca said that she had come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her. Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was, in actuality, Interpol Agent Hicks. I think Francisca has some explaining to do. One sec, I need to get into this lead more. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense! What are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks. Isn't that correct? I should have known you'd figure it out, Miles. But it looks like they've got it to him first. So he really did come here to receive an Interpol agent then. Yes, Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. Agent Hicks was on the trail of an international smuggling ring. He went undercover to investigate this crime. And it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. Interesting. Okay. Let's see if we can connect more dots. Oh my gosh, he was here! These shards are from his glasses! Yes! I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses. And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses. Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glasses lenses. Ergo, the victim was here, just as I suspected. So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir? Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now? Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find a murder weapon. I think we now have pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold. I like this. But what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage! Oh, I get it! Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it. Ow! Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Francisca, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue his investigation? No, unfortunately, I was going to find out from him after he landed. I see, but this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew. And entered the cargo hold with that person who let them in. Yes, and then he was murdered here. These glass fragments and his broken glasses are a testament to that. And then... the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and... they entered the elevator, but while they were riding it up... the plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks's body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Wow, he must have pretty loose jeans pockets. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. Investigation complete! Heck yes! I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage. What? Really, sir? I don't think it's De Niro. $1,200 and it can't even keep your secrets. Shaking my head. Yeah, how... I mean, that suitcase should be able to withstand turbulence at least. Like... this airline is such a scam. I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda De Niro. Okay. We need to disprove this. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is that the keycard that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda De Niro. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? I need to press this. I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. No. Rebuttal. Definitive evidence.
Hold it!
But it's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from Mr. Nero.
Objection!
It's highly likely. Is that possibility the best you can come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father. Ah! Oh my gosh, he got whipped by his own sister. Yes, well, I don't have any evidence. Be quiet, you're a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda De Niro, you know. It's not just a keycard that gives her away. You're talking about the murder weapon, the Captain Hugo piggy bank. Yes, she is also the only person with a key to open that display case.
Hold it!
But that is a fake. Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon? And where did it go? Uh-oh. Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know we searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as a murder weapon. What should be examined further to help ascertain the authenticity of the murder weapon? The body? Francisca, I think you were too quick to jump on to your conclusions. Oh, was I? Yes, we don't even have the autopsy results yet. Oh my gosh! We must update the autopsy report! We must update the autopsy report! How can I not say that? You made a simple... How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have to even see if the wound on Agent Hicks's head is consistent with the murder weapon? Scruffy! Yes, sir! Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks's autopsy. Ah! Yes, sir! There he goes. He can't call them here? Well, we've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Uh-oh. Oh, no! What is it, detective? They're still doing the autopsy, but they said that they already know this one thing for sure. Report, now! The doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to the mid-back. From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back. He was beaten over such a wide area? Oh, well, I'd say maybe it's a sign the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir. Instantaneous death resulting from blow to the back of the head. Bruising head to mid-back. But there's only blood on his head. Scruffy, what is it had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean? Well, that's, Was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, detective? Oh, well, they said they were still looking into that, sir. You're completely useless! Ow! Aw, poor Gumshoe. Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there. Uh-oh. This man can't be stopped. He needs to look at his art. No, you didn't move yourself from my way. What is all that racket? There he is. My luggage, my cargo, they're mine, and I demand you return them to me. We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience. They're squaring off. Look at that. And with this music, it makes it even more hilarious. I suppose there is no choice. Finally, I think you get... Hey, what are you... You have left me no choice but to use strong force. Ah! You won't get past me. Ah! This is... Wait, that's it? So that's what this whole thing has been about. Edward, there's a man falling to his death. Holy crap, there's a man falling to his death. A little push in the officer has a bad fall down the stairs. I mean, now the man will have a bad fall down the railing. Oh my god. Further, there's the matter of the key to the display case that held the murderous bank. Is there some way for me to prove that this isn't a real murder weapon? This man is falling to his death! After all, you know that we searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. Nobody could find anything that could be considered a real weapon in the hold. The doc said that there's this one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. Oh no! Okay. Man falls behind him. Let's have a good conversation. Okay, this is gonna be... Well... What about this? Please? No. Gosh dang it! Pieces don't fit together quite right. No! Okay. Luckily, I have health. Oh! The way the bruises match up. I think this is it. Yes! Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there is extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? No. The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. A sizable weapon. The unusually large area of bruising suggests that a very large weapon was used. And then, these two. There we go. If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally, it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. There's a man dead! Lying there! What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here? Francisca. What? What do you want? I found it, Francisca. I found the real murder weapon. You did? He really jumped? We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time. He might be hurt. We should go check up on him, sirs. Oh my gosh, at least one man noticed. There's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit. They just don't care at all. It's like it's a Von Karma family trait. This coming from a prosecutor with the habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence. You two aren't listening at all, are you? Come on then, show me this real murder weapon you speak of. You don't have any... Do we have any evidence to show? We don't have any evidence at all. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should have phrased it as that which caused Agent Hicks's death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I have figured out what the real cause of death. Free fall! The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground. He fell to his death? Yes, this is the only plausible possibility. The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back. And the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside this plane. I know. Are you claiming that there is some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean... Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold. What? Then we're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sirs. Sir, may you tell me you aren't dead, pal? He has been lying there for a good while. Ah, okay. Okay. The man is alive. Quiet. Why are you screaming? He fell like 1 meter max. Okay, fair. Wait a sec. If that's the case, shouldn't the victim have also lived if that thing was here? This thing wasn't here while the victim was here. He's alive! And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. Seriously, Francisca? It's like, oh, this man hasn't fallen to his death. This means that the victim didn't fall to his death. Classic Francisca move. That man is living proof of that. I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances. The current circumstances? What's that supposed to mean? Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then? He would have been a Burgundian pancake for sure, sir. Seriously, Gumshoe? I suppose that man over there wouldn't be breathing. But the reality is that the cargo box is there. So there is no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there is no proof that it was always there. Ha! As if there could have been a window of time when that giant box was not there. Ah, but there was. What? What can I use to show her that it's possible the box was not there where it is now? Cargo! Refuel in Shangfa!
Take that!
You refueled in the Republic of Shangfa? Yes, this flight had a short layover in Shangfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. It's labeled Shangfa Express! Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Shangfa. It was loaded on board during the refueling between 4 and 5 a.m. at the transfer point. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time? It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe-Shangfa leg of the flight, making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible. But your theory is still very far-fetched. Then allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. The first order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Okay. Begin investigation! Let's move. This is a rather large piece of cargo. There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. Aleph Red Statue. Never heard of it. Nor I, but all I care about is if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime. But let's get investigating, sir. Ah, yes! It is time for this man to be useful once again. Oh, is this his? Look here! Do not go about touching my possessions without my permission! It was his. Don't rush up on me like that, pal! But this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? I should see what else I can find out from him. I do not know why I like this music so much. It's just... I like it a lot. I take it that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc. Of course it is mine! I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe. This Aleph Red Statue is worth 10 million cents. No, maybe much, much more. 10 million cents. That is... If my math is correct, $100,000. Or if he counts cents as dollars, that is $10 million. So the value is between $100,000 and $10 million. I'm here being an art appraiser. I need to be a lawyer, dang it. Mr. LeBlanc's reason for choosing this plane must have been the large cargo holds. 10 million cents? I suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles that makes, detective. Be more adventurous, Gumshoe. Darn, how did you do that? I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year. Though I grow with each revolution of the planet around the sun. I have the distinct impression he continues to madly spin in place. Price somewhere between 0 and infinity. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, so that 10 million cents, is that in euros or in dollars? Oh, no. Does this really make a difference to our case? Mr. LeBlanc, there's a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine this a bit closer. It is a very valuable piece of art. So no, there will be no touching. Oh, I know what to do! This thing was smuggled! If Mr. LeBlanc has something to do with the smuggling ring... Oh, shoot! Then it's possible this fake statue was brought on board in Shangfa. I think I need to question it a bit further. Yes. Fake statue. Anna! You subscribed! Yay! 4 out of 10, baby! Let's go! Yay! I am so surprised. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc. I wonder if it might be a fake. What? How dare you say my art is fake? I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring. Don't say such fantastical things. Those thieves would not dare. I have the certification of my cargo right here. Do you mean the cargo certification documents? Mr. Zinc LeBlanc, why don't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. Zinc? His first name is Zinc? Congrats on monetization. Thank you very much. I am so surprised that people are just... I always really am surprised people just want a month, like, donates and stuff. can't read this. What does it say? It says as plain as day, the cargo was put onto the plane in Europe. What? And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. This statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in the certificate. No, that's... Which means that there never was a window of time in which the statue wasn't sitting there. I respectfully disagree. We can't discount this theory until I see the statue for myself. Then you can have your wish. Look at it for yourself and see if I'm right. This... I think I've seen this somewhere before. Oh my god! Wait a sec. Wait a bloody second. Oh my gosh, I see it immediately. This is the olive red? It gives such a feeling of art. I can practically smell it. This statue has a high amount of historic value. After it was unveiled at a museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it. Thanks to the Twitch app, I missed the start of the playthrough. Gonna catch up on VODs. Yeah, the first part of the VOD will be uploaded today. Because I'm Twitch affiliate, I need to have like a 24-hour window before I upload my VODs. So I can't upload VODs on the next day anymore. But I still need to figure out the timing of that. But the first part will be up today. I promise that. I believe a closer look is warranted here. Yes. Nice. So this is the infamous Alif Red statue. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something? There's something wrong with this picture. We should examine it in more detail. I have it immediately. This is the problem. Is this the spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yes, this one.
Eureka!
Eureka! I love it. Should I make one of my sub emotes, Eureka? That should be funny. These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? Yeah, pretty. They reminded me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir. I don't think you see what I'm talking about. No, I do, but it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. Aw. I remember standing out in that field, spinning with my arms out until I felt ill. I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? Huh? Sir! They're red! As I thought, this statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc. What do you want? Do you not know I'm a busy man? I allow you 2 seconds for your answer. The Alif Red. I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not? It is the biggest trophy in this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess this statue? That trigger started 17 years ago. Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is gonna be a long story. Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but... What is that? Sympathy? For what? You'll see. I'd like to compare the eyes. That large fellow there has very bright and very pretty eyes compared to you. I wasn't talking about the two of us. I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us and the one in this photo. Why is that yelling? Now then... It is a photo of the statue on display at the museum in Europe. What? Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake. A fake! I believe that even further examination will be required. Now that you have confirmed that this is indeed a fake, there must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Shangfa. And I will present to you evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. The only thing I see is this. Wait, this was brought on the Shangfa, so like Animal Crossing Red's fake. Oh my god, yes, yes indeed. But this has to mean something. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? The cargo from Shangfa. Do I still have the thing? I don't have the thing anymore. The cargo from Shangfa. Eureka! There's clearly a contradiction here. Oh, no, that's wrong. Oh, wait, no, it isn't wrong. It's just a simple case of a cargo cover getting stuck under another piece of cargo. But this one was brought onto Shangfa. So, if this is on top of that, then... that's not possible. But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue is on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Shangfa, there is no way that any part of it should wind up under something from Europe. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Shangfa. But then, what about the cargo certificate? Let me ask in return. What about Ancient Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There's only one reason why. To secure proof of smuggling activity aboard this flight. So you say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. We could have just as easily inspected all of the cargo after the plane landed. That may be true. However, you have it backwards, Francisca. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after the plane had landed. But he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport. It would have been after the swap had occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner, who would have had no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge. Which means there is someone involved who is forging or modifying cargo certificates. Document in Burgundian says statue was loaded on board in Europe, but the statue is a fake. The investigation is complete. I regain health after investigations? Nice. Okay. I guess the victim knew the real version of this was gonna get nabbed, huh? Yeah. Yes, while this photo could be seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold. A rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. A photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Shangfa cargo crew and the rest the smuggler. Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe-Shangfa leg of the trip, there would have been enough height from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Officer! Move the statue immediately! I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath. Now! This statue weighs like 1,000 pounds. Miss Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After moving the olive red statue out of the way. Wow, this forensics team has strong muscles underneath them. We tested the area under it with luminol and there was a reaction. I see. There was a reaction to luminol. An indication that there was blood in that spot. Can we stop looking at it now, sirs? It would seem that my deductions were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. The culprit cleaned that blood up well. And how do you think the killer did that? How did the killer clean up all the blood? With this cloth!
Take that!
The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. I see. They had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Shangfa. Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover. So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Shangfa? There is no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. But if that is true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. If the murder occurred before he landed in Shangfa, then this becomes highly suspect. Okay, how many testimonies do we have? Miss Meal's testimony. Mr. Apke Hicks was there in the seat when we took off again at 5. Yep, we have her. We have the guilty one. Recall Miss Meal's testimony about Agent Hicks in regard to when we departed Shangfa. I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 AM, you know. She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but that totally contradicts the facts, sirs. But why would you lie about something like that? I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Meal herself. Okay. We have the culprit in our sights. Let's get her. Okay. Cammy Meal. Yep, she's falling asleep on her feet. Miss Meal. Miss Meal. You recall what you said earlier? About when you answered some service calls as we were departing from Shangfa? You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting in his seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible. Because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Shangfa. Oh. She's just a little sleepy, Edgeworth. Leave her alone. She's... Nah, she's faking it. Miss Cammy Meal. Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did. No one could make a mistake so large, Miss Meal. But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time. Ugh. This is going nowhere. There must be a better way of resolving this contradiction. Very well. Miss Meal, if you please, tell me about your alibi during the time span. From just before we were to land at 3 AM and 6 AM when the body was found. Miss Chamomile! Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense because chamomile tea helps you sleep. Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah. From 3 to 4, I was, in the flight attendant's room, all by my lonesome self. Yeah. And from 5 to 6, I was, in the flight attendant's room, all by my lonesome self. Wait a sec. How is a man supposed to react to a testimony like that? Miss Meal, wake up! She fell asleep again. Looks like the only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her. There's one thing. Like, the 2 timestamps, definitely. She's cute. Why does everyone find this girl cute? She has no soul in her eyes. If I remember correctly, food was being served in first class and the lounge between the hours of 3 and 4 AM. Yeah, but that kind of stuff's run by Miss Rhoda. And what were you doing in the attendance room at the time? Eating, and then having a most delicious dream. You mean you were neglecting your duties? No way! Sleeping's part of her job too, you know.
Hold it!
So you were alone the entire time, were you? Yeah, no one else even popped their head in to say hi. Oh, well, I think contradiction just popped in to say hi. What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Yes. Miss Meal, there is a clear contradiction embedded in your testimony. What are you talking about? It's not possible that you were alone in the attendance room the whole time from 5 to 6 AM. No. 5:40! De Niro was there!
Take that!
I wonder if you would be so kind as to take a look at this receipt, Miss Meal. A receipt? For what? It's for the suitcase Mr. Nero bought. Now, if I may direct your attention to the timestamp. As you can see, it clearly says 5:40 AM, Mr. Nero. Yes. Why is the killer here? I thought he'd have her locked up by now. I requested that she be present as a witness, so that we may straighten out your complex lie. Now then, Mr. Nero, between the hours of 5 and 6 AM, you took a trip from the first class down to the first floor in the flight shop, correct? Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase. After which, I went straight to the attendance room to drop it off. And did you see Miss Meal there at the time? No. So, Miss Meal, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6 AM? Miss Cammy Meal. The bathroom? I'll be the one to ask the questions here. Yeah, maybe that's it. I probably just missed her. Nature calls, you know? Do you take me for a fool? That's a little too convenient to be true. But it's the truth. Cross my heart. I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue her at this stage. You don't believe me, do you? But please, won't you give me a chance and hear me out? Oh, she's now awake. Reason for suspicion. Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew. But you think that maybe you should suspect Miss Rhoda too. She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard in the shop, you know. If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious. Please leave Mr. Nero out of the conversation. Only you are under suspicion for now. I don't get it. Why are you covering for Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? Oh, now I get it. Maybe you've got your eye on Miss Rhoda. Of course I'm keeping an eye on her. I can't very well let her escape, can I? Never mind. But you want to know something? Miss Rhoda actually kinda I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design. Now's not the time for this sort of talk. She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard.
Hold it!
And what are you in charge of, Miss Meal? I take care of the attendance room. That doesn't count. Aw, but I spend so much time in there. It might as well be my responsibility. Mr. Edgeworth, Cammy is very talented in languages. So she assists passengers who may not speak English. Especially those who speak Borginian. She's the only one on this flight who is fluent. Oh, you mean that kind of, what am I in charge of? Why didn't you say so in the first place? What else could I have meant? Yes, I'm really good at Borginian. She's fluent in Borginian. And I suppose you're in charge of processing documents in Borginian. Yeah, I take care of anything that has to do with Borginian. Very interesting. Only she knew of the document. If you ask me, all I'm in charge of the attendance room is some Borginian stuff. No, wrong button. This!
Objection!
Bingo! Gotcha! So you're the only one in this flight crew that speaks Borginian. Is that correct? Oh, yeah, I guess so. I studied abroad in Borginia for a while. I actually kind of like this sprite. If that is the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it? Ah! This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose. To lead anyone who read it to believe that Mr. LeBlanc's statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Borginian is you, Miss Meal. Without your participation, the smuggling of the Alif Red could not have occurred. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you! How dare you ignore my finger pointing! You must see! Oh, I wouldn't dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth. It is exactly as you say. Are you confessing to having participated in the smuggling? No, far from it. It's true that I was the one who signed up on that document. But you can't use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. There is no direct correlation after all. All you have is my signature on a piece of paper. Really? All you did was sign it? I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. So, sorry about that. It seems that she's finally woken up. This is going to be one tough fight. Suppose, and this is just a supposition, even if I was involved in the smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that.
Objection!
If you were involved in the smuggling, you would have a strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks is in the middle of an investigation regarding a smuggling ring. And just when he was about to close in, he's killed by a member of that ring. Well, did you ever stop to think that maybe Rhoda is the smuggling ring member? After all, unlike me, Rhoda has access to many things on this plane for work purposes. So perhaps there's some element of a setup at play in this case. What are you talking about? Don't worry, I wasn't talking about you. I meant the killer. First, it was myself, and now it's Mr. Nero, who is under the microscope. It seems to me that our killer is going to great lengths to pin this crime on anyone they can. You have no proof that Rhoda is being set up, or that she isn't. Actually, I believe that she was indeed the intended target from the very beginning. I believe that the plan was to push all of the blame for the crime onto her. And this evidence will prove my suspicions. This proves that the killer was out to frame Mr. Nero from the very beginning. The suitcase.
Take that!
The killer could have hidden the body anywhere, and yet they chose the suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body up from the lower deck to the first floor. However, why go through the trouble to do so? The only way all these actions make sense is if the killer had wanted to frame Mr. Nero for the murder. Mr. Nero buys a suitcase on every flight she works without fail. But should her suitcase be switched with the one containing the victim's body, that would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately, for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan. There wasn't enough time to put the body back into the suitcase. Ergo, they made do with whoever was at hand, adapted their plan, and tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. The killer went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop and brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree? Sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway? That is because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case. What special circumstance dictated the need for the killer to frame someone? Where the murder took place, when the murder took place, who the murder victim was. I'm thinking between where and when. There's where or when? Specials. When? Where? I mean, if the murder occurred in the cargo hold, then maybe the smuggling will be exposed? The special circumstance is simply that the murder took place on the plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customs is quite strict in this day and age. So no matter what you do, the chances that the body will be found is very high. I think I've narrowed it down to 3 options. I should be a detective. My guy! My guy, we have the killer in front of us. Therefore, there was no choice but to frame either Mr. Nero or myself. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of the criminal's movements is not Mr. Nero or myself, but you, Miss Cammy Meal. Only you and you alone could be the killer. And... are you done already? I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence. Ugh. I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence. And isn't there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? Something that I still can't quite fit into the big picture. The phone?
Take that!
I don't have any actual evidence. I thought not. But that's because it went missing and still is. It is correct. Missing? What do you mean by that? In the complex puzzle that is this case, there was one piece I kept getting stuck on. And that is the victim's cell phone. Did I have like a... no, sorry. Francisca, you were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Hicks's cell phone. Or at least, that's what you told me. That's right. But Agent Hicks's cell phone could not be found at the crime scene. You mean the killer took the phone with them? Precisely. I suspected if we were to find that phone, it would lead us to the killer. Ha ha ha. Come on, get serious. If the victim fell to his death from that height, wouldn't his phone break as well? We won't know that until we try a little experiment, will we? Francisca, I'd like to ask for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not? Of course I do. Is it in her pocket? Agent Hicks's phone! It's ringing from somewhere, sir! I hear it, detective. Now where is it coming from? Where? It's up in the flight attendant's room. You better hurry to the flight attendant's room, sir. Thank you very much for the hint. The ring is coming from somewhere in here, sir. Leave no stone unturned, Detective Gumshoe. We must find it. I think it's the locker. The ring is coming from in here, sir. What? No, it can't be. This has got to be the victim's cell phone. Just whose locker is this, sir? It's Mr. Nero's. What? What? Oh, no. So, Mr. Edgeworth, how did it go? Where did you find the phone? I found it in the flight attendant's room. In Mr. Nero's locker. What? But... Rhoda to Nero. I don't know anything about the phone. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Miss Von Karma, is it? I should just arrest Miss Rhoda to Nero right away.
Objection!
Wait, I have a theory. This is related to the incident with the keycard. When the killer went to steal the keycard, they conveniently stashed the cell phone in Mr. Nero's locker at the same time.
Objection!
This is related to the keycard, alright. In the same way that we have zero proof that the killer did just that. Urgh. The only voice that sings the truth is evidence. That is the one word we cannot ignore. No! What should I do? Francisca's right. I can't offer baseless conjectures at this point. Alright then, why did the culprit take the cell phone from Agent Hicks? It must have something very incriminating on, or in it.
Hold it!
What now, Miles Edgeworth? It's not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone. What? Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that will point to us to our killer. We need to examine this phone in more detail. It's cracked. The LCD is broken. Without a screen, you can't even place a call with this. Oh, the camera! Does the camera have anything on it? It's a camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder, how exactly was Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene of a smuggling? Francisca, I need you to confirm something. The cell phone, can it take pictures? Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know about this kind of basic stuff, sir. This looks like a very similar model to my own. And mine can take photos just fine. Do you think Agent Hicks could have taken some pictures with this? In particular, pictures as evidence for his smuggling case. If so, I'd say there may be some very inconvenient photos in here for our killer smuggler. But the phone's all busted up, sir. Even a super prosecutor can repair a broken phone. Ugh. I'll find a way. Don't you worry about that. May I go back to sleep now?
Objection!
No. The LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken, that's for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data. What? What do you mean by that, Francisca? It looks like our killer is very familiar with electronics. This phone still rang when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. It's possible that the photos are still there inside, waiting to be accessed. All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone. Francisca, your phone if you please. No, yes, I can't get sleepy. There's work to be done. It's for the authenticity of my voice acting. Don't you understand? Very well. It's transferring. All right, displaying it now. This is... Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for his smuggling case. Hey, the elephant's nowhere in this picture! But this has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right? Ouch, he's right. There's not much we can find out from this about Agent Hicks's killer, sir. Is this it? Is this the end? Is there really nothing in this photo that we can use? What's all this? Oh man, is this man our savior? Oh, they are cargo shipped from Burgundy to Zhengfa. So the reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off in Zhengfa. Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me what the contents of the boxes? Unfortunately, there is no English written on them anywhere. One cluster of boxes is written in Burgundian. It says that it is cloth in English. Cloth. Could it be? Is this where the killer... What? What for is that scary face? Miss Meal? Yes. It appears that Agent Hicks was no ordinary investigator. He left us with a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who this killer is. Ha! Maybe you shouldn't force a mistaken reading of a simple picture, Miss Ashworth. The Burgundian cargo and this piece of evidence will point us straight to the killer. The Burgundian cloth!
Take that!
And what is that supposed to do? The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood they had spilled. But there was one thing that bothered me this whole time. Where did it come from? And now I have finally found my answer in this very photo. The cargo that was unloaded in Zhengfa had cloth written on it. In Burgundian, that is. And this is where the killer grabbed a piece from to clean up the blood with. That's right, the killer was someone who could read and understand Burgundian. And the only crew member that fits that description is you, Miss Cammy Meal. They opened Word and took the first hieroglyphic font and started working on Burgundian. That is true. Ha, that's pretty flimsy. The killer probably searched through all the boxes looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care if the box is in English or Burgundian.
Objection!
Sorry, but I cannot agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature. What? There was no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Burgundian, well then... Logically, the killer would have opened this box first. The bedsheets one!
Take that!
Hey, it says bedsheets in English, right on the box, sir. Precisely, and bedsheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say? So what are you trying to say? That if I were the criminal, this box of bedsheets would have been what I would have spotted first. However, the killer chose to use some Burgundian cloth. Do you have an explanation for that? The killer didn't want anyone to know that the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold. So they were afraid to leave signs that the box for the sheets had been opened. However, the Burgundian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different color. Because the killer knew that it was going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zhengfa? That's right. That is why the Burgundian cloth was used. And the only Burgundian reader on board who could make such a calculated decision is you, Cammy Meal. You and you alone. Ugh. It will be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. All we would have to do is contact the Zhengfa authorities in time. We may even find other evidence to incriminate our killer within those boxes. Ugh. So what do you say, Miss Meal? Why not confess to your crime here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we found out from our investigation in Zhengfa? It's time for the breakdown. He was Interpol. I couldn't stop it. I brought him here. He started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared. I was in trouble. I... And that's the end. Oh, we did it! We cleared ourselves of murder. And it's only been 2 hours. We finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir. Very good, detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that? They're taking it down to the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of her there. Whenever we even approached the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth. It was scary, sir. She probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. One thing for sure, the ring behind this whole mess means serious business. It looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. I just wanted to say how much I appreciate everything you did. Thank you very much. It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation. But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant. I hope that... Well, please accept this as a token of my appreciation. That's... I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want it. No, I mean, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer. Aww. Oh, thank you. And it is a genuine smile. It's not a customer service smile. I'm sure it will serve you well. And remember, we here at GoU Airlines are always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. Now I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue, no matter where you go. Aww. Bye. I can't believe you wound up investigating the whole day, sir, but boy was it fun. Speak for yourself. My day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges. By the way, where's Francisca? Oh, she's filling out some customs paperwork for her departure. Departure? She's leaving already? Yeah, Miss Von Karma's always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some leads regarding her case. Detective, can you cancel the car I had you reserve earlier? What? You got it, sir. What is your plan, Edgeworth? Oh my gosh, are you going to see her off? Ah! Francisca. I thought I told you when you first landed. I have no time for idle chatter. I have no intention of wasting your time. However, it has been a while since we last met. I also have no time for such familiar reminiscences. Just who do you think I am? You are Francisca von Karma, a very proud prosecutor deserving of much respect. Until only a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing Pierrot, living her life on the name and fame her invincible father built. True, your father, Manfred von Karma, didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. However, I wouldn't say he was invincible. What are you talking about? The man is put in jail. The group I'm on the trail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route we found this time is only one sliver of the big picture. Sounds like a dangerous assignment. You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself. Yes, I suppose you can. Plus, there is another agent on this case with me. Oh, another agent. He's a star among Interpol agents, and has the highest successful arrest rate. Who knows, you may even run into him one day. I was simply caught up in this one case. I hardly see why we would cross paths. I suppose. But I doubt he would say the same. He's coming to America later, isn't he? I'm not following you. You'll understand soon enough. The fight has only just begun, Miles Edgeworth. I'll be back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I'll pay you back. In full. Bye, sister! And just like that, she's gone, huh, sir? Thank goodness, I can finally rest easy knowing I won't have to watch out for her whip. Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation. Ah, it was nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again, ho-ho. I think I'm gonna celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight. Just how much did you cut his salary by, Francisca? Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office. Sure thing, sir. I'll even fly down the road in the patrol car if you want. Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first. Thus, I solved the first case upon my arrival home. Francisca von Karma. The smuggling route she was after. The leaders of that ring had already put that trump card into play. And the players on the other side of this war. They will begin to make themselves known through the next incident. There's another one. Edgeworth speaking. Ah, finally, I called who knows how many times earlier, but I couldn't get through. And you are? Ah, have you forgotten my voicemails, my boy? Mr. Amano. Ernest Amano, correct? Ah, so you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask this of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son. He's been kidnapped. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Alrighty! We finished the second case. I'm actually rather surprised that we managed to finish it early. I thought it would take up the whole stream, like always, but no. We can already begin with episode 3 today, which is good. Good, cool. Cool. Before we do that, though, I would like to, I would like a 5-minute break, please. I want to eat a snack. Because Ace Attorney games are rather exhausting. But my gosh, I really like this case. This is a really good case. Actually, I actually am really liking this game. This is really fun. Hope you guys have been doing well as well. I don't have a snack, but I do have pizza, so I think I might win. Why do you always one-up me on the food, Wingen? Why? Why? Why do I have to be so broke? I swear, with my first Twitch payout, I will buy just the most expensive bowl of ramen I can find. Which is around 50 bucks from what I remember. I will treat myself to some ramen. But I don't know what to do with the rest of the money. Because Twitch payouts are rather large. If I ever do get a Twitch payout, you only get them if you meet a certain threshold of money. So what can I say? We need more subs in here. And some bits. I actually get a bigger share of bits than subscriptions. So if you want to support me a bit better, then I suggest offering bits instead of subscriptions. But I know, can you give bits without being subscribed? I think so. But I'm not forcing you guys. This is just a hypothetical. I don't need the money, okay? I'm doing this for fun. Oh my gosh, a bit. Oh my gosh. 1,000 bits. We need 1,000 bits for our goal. Yeah. Being an affiliate, you also have some goals. The goal right now is for me to get 80 followers, 10 subscriptions, and 1,000 bits. That is the goal. So yeah, if you guys still have friends, like, bring them over. I really need to start reaching out to other VTubers. I really need. Or someone raise me right this second. One day that line will one day work. It will work one day. They will drop at the exact perfect timing. And then it will be glorious. But other VTubers don't even know of my existence, except for Rans. And maybe Squidgy, but I'm more of a viewer than an actual VTuber. If that one Dave works perfectly, I'm gonna ask for the ladder right now. I really should too, actually. Maybe like buy some scratch cards. But yeah, it's not like the lottery ever does anything well for me. It's just throwing away money at this point. I do love all the emotes. I really need to make my own emotes. I really should. I have like 5 slots open for follower emotes, and then 1 slot open for subscription emotes, for one for each tier. So I have about 8 emotes to make. I already have an idea for some of them. I think I'm gonna go... just go under the desk for a sec. Just... don't miss me too much, but I need to do something real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. Then I rise up again. My glorious self shall rise up once more. Oops, that's too high. Okay. It has been revealed I don't have legs. Nah, I do have legs. It's just out of the camera frame. Okay, okay. Please don't burp on camera, Mia. Okay, okay. Okay. We're fine. We're fine. Okay. I think it's time to continue now. Yay! The kidnap turnabout. This man looks really fuzzy. Look at him. He's one and all fuzz. He's a werewolf. Anyway. Kidnapped turnabout. Yes. Ah! Holy crap, Pikachu! Thank you for the 500 bits! Oh my god! Don't worry, Miss Sandron. I'll be following your every movement with my binoculars. Oh my god, will you stop? Good to hear. Now make sure you don't lose sight of me. I'm counting on you for backup. What is happening? You can count on me, sir. I have to go. The kidnapper is supposed to contact me soon. I wonder what this button's... Who would have thought that upon my return I'd be thrust into a kidnapping case? And that I will be the one who would have to make a ransom drop-off. I can't believe it. I can't... Let's see. I checked that the money is all there. Safe inside the suitcase. Aww. He uses the suitcase from TuMiiA. Will you stop? Guys, stop! Oh gosh, I can't take this. Pikachu, thank you again for the 500 bits. And just... And also, thank you, Wingin, for giving a sub to Demon Lord and another 499 bits. I cannot believe it. This is why I have pizza. I never do questionable financial decisions on an empty stomach. Don't do that again. You give me a heart. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much. I see Demon Lord puts the subscription emote to good use. We also have a level 1 hype train, which is cool. Wait, stop! How many people are in here? 5 Stop! I can't take this! I cannot! A level 3 hype train! Wingin, thank you for gifting subs to Kuzak, Gak, Nehru. The top bits belong to me, Haya Papaya, and Ayuko. So TF. Well, today's going to be great for you. I'm going to cry! I cannot take this! Okay, Wingin, you're allowed to stop purchasing. Eat pizza, dang it! Guys, I think we broke Mia. This music too, with it. I can't handle it. I cannot believe it. Your generosity is so shocking to me. Thank you again so much. Now you're allowed to stop purchasing and eat some freaking pizza. Get yourself up in a financial break. Well, she's broken. Yeah. How do you think there's a freaking hype train going? I cannot imagine it. I absolutely cannot. Is this the reality of being a successful streamer? I mean, oh my god. I can't do something like that too often, but getting affiliates was a little celebration. Yeah, no. You 100% proved your appreciation, okay? You don't need to do anything else anymore. I am very happy with what you already gave, okay? A bit too happy. I can't think. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Okay. We need a breather. Okay. We need a case. We need to start a new case after all. Wait a freaking second. Oh god. Oh no, the subscriptions. They're giving me hallucinations. I see the demon. There he is. Why is he here? What is happening? Okay. Now all I have to do is await further instructions from the kidnapper, which I'm expecting to be transferred to my cell phone. I wonder who else is around. This is the meeting place, after all. My favorite part was how we waited till the snack break was over. Ah! Oh god! He's even more horrifying! He doesn't have lights! In his eyeballs! This man... Why is this demon here? Welcome to Gatewater Land. Is that the demon he talked about? Yes! Yes, it is here. I thought I was hallucinating, but no, the demon was real all along. The Teletubby of horrors has arrived, indeed. Oh my gosh. Welcome to Gatewater Land. Oh, thank you. And a big hello to you. I'm the Proto Badger. Nice to meet you. I see. I do not want to take a picture with you, my dude. Never. In my big... Never, ever. Get away from me. Excuse me, but were you perhaps thinking of taking a picture of me? No. Ah, yes, the soulless eyes. A picture of you. Sorry, but I'm not interested. Sorry, but I'm not interested. Ah, that's too bad. Oh, have a good day. Hello? Who are you? You're not Ernest Amado. Sounds like the kidnapper is using some sort of voice alteration device. Take a pic and put it on the wall. Well, I'll post it on Twitter and tell that my sleep paralysis demon has returned. But that's a better idea. I'm its representative, Miles Edgeworth. Are you a cop? No, I'm a prosecutor. Stop! Sorry for doing this, but I don't have a round number of bits in my account, and non-round numbers freak me out, and... You received a level 2 hype train emote? Oh my god. Oh my god. Non-round numbers freak me out, and doing this fixes my brain. I completely understand that. Great work. The emotes are being delivered to supporters? Oh my gosh. We've reached such... Oh my god, you guys. This is all you're doing. You now all have emotes. The hype train emotes. Yay. Do I have it too? Do I have the emote as well? Yes, I have it. Yay. The slash was by accident. We're dealing with a kidnapping case here. I don't... Oh my god. No, I'm a prosecutor. I know what you're wondering. And yes, I have brought the ransom money with me. I see. In that case, bring the money with you to the stadium. So this person intends to see if I'm being followed, huh? Please, Detective Gumshoe, I really need you to come through for me on this one time. This one time. I have to say, the suitcase does fit Ashford somehow. Is that the Governors? Oh my gosh, those are their guitars. This connects with Apollo Justice? Oh my gosh, I thought this game came out before Apollo Justice, but no, it came out afterwards. Edward speaking. Next, come to the haunted house. And just how long do you intend to have me wander around for? That's for me to decide. You don't have much of a choice here, my friend. I suppose not. I'm going to make me some ramen noodles. Oh, lucky you. I want some ramen. I've arrived. Go inside. Oh my god, the mirror. That is so cool! I wonder how this would have looked in, like, the old school style graphics. Huh, what a dismal place. I don't like this. That's it. Go through those doors. Hey, I'm hungry, alright? I mean, yeah, you have all the right to. I'm just jealous, okay? I guess we can now conclude that Edgeworth isn't a vampire. That's the conclusion you take from this! Enjoy the ramen. Am I being watched from somewhere? Leave the money and go, now. What just happened? Look, Mia, don't question my conclusions. I'm a master detective, I'll have you know. Yes, you clearly are a master detective. I was hoping for an exchange, but maybe I should do as a safe for now and not push it. Okay, leave. Couldn't catch even a glimpse of the kidnapper. I should keep an eye on this haunted house as the police backup arrives. Hey. Edgeworth, behind you. Hello? Ah! was a trap! No, Edgeworth! Not the sleep paralysis demon! That guy betrayed. No, it can't be. Then the deal... Who is that? And what are they talking about? Split police. Alright. In front of Meet Up. Was changing to workloads and missed everything. Ah, no worries. Rip Edgeworth. Press F to pay respect. I can't move my body. I fear I may faint again. Oh my god. Ew, there are multiple of them! What is this? Why are there multiple of them? Where am I? How long was I out? It wasn't raining like it is now when I made the drop-off. This was supposed to be a simple affair. So why have I been taken hostage as well? I can only assume Detective Gumshoe lost sight of me at some point. Oh no! I would collect them all. Gotta catch them all. This isn't Pokemon! The only reason I agreed to be a drop-off man was because of that phone call. It was from Mr. Ernest Amano, the director of the powerful Zaibatsu, the Amano group. Okay, those ears are very long. But aside from that, I also owe him a great debt of gratitude. His only son Lance has been kidnapped. I know that Lance is already in his 20s, but I guess some things you never grow out of. I can't sit around waiting for someone to come help me. I must escape somehow. Hahaha! What's that making? Was that you making that funny sound? Who's there? And how dare you laugh at the gentleman's plight? Oh my god! That's the girl! That's the girl! That's the girl I saw on all the posters! Who are you? Are you one of the kidnappers? A kidnapper? Me? No way! I'm not into such petty crimes. Nope! I'm after something much, much bigger! This is Edgeworth's Maya! Ugh. I must be worn out from today's ordeal. Focus, Miles. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. Sorry about that. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight, one alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief, Yatagarasu. Wait! Great thief? Did she really just claim to be the Yatagarasu? Oh, but my real name is Kay Faraday. This is the girl! Was she the one who held me at gunpoint in the beginning? I'll be back in 10 minutes. We'll leave stream open in my cabin. But I really appreciate your dedication to keep being a viewer, to keep the view averages up. I really appreciate it. You can call me Kay, okay? Good. Glad that's settled. I love her theme. It's so cute. Not quite. I have a mountain of questions for you. But first, if you'd be so kind as to remove these ropes. I wonder, should I remove them? I was actually having a lot of fun watching you make those silly faces. Hey, there's no need to get all mad and icy glary on me, you know. This rope goes through here, and there you go. Ah, what a relief. I owe you my thanks. It's okay. You can pay me back in full later. Now then, what question should I start with? Unfortunately, I can already tell nothing is going to be easy with this cheeky girl. Great thief! You call yourself a great thief, yet are you really a thief at all? I do it at work also, actually. While you live, the stream is open in the cabin if I'm away for hours. The dedication you have! I really appreciate that. Thank you. You doubt me.
I get it. You think that a young lady like me couldn't possibly be such a big-time thief, right?
That's not the part I have a tough time believing.
I am the real, genuine Yatagarasu, you know? Yep, I'm a pure-blooded great thief. It's a little something I inherited from my predecessor. The Pikachu is doing the Lord's work indeed.
In that case, you wouldn't mind if I arrested you then, right?
What? Of course I'd mind. I haven't stolen anything yet. Seriously, I don't know how you can say such a horrible thing to your savior.
That's true. Technically, she hasn't stolen anything in front of me. Yet. Yatagarasu. When you say you're the Yatagarasu, do you mean you are the Yatagarasu?
Yep.
Well, time to play some God of War and killing the gods for no reason.
Have fun, Demon Lord.
I am here trying to find out who my kidnapper was.
Yep, the most righteous of the righteous. The legendary great thief. But I inherited the title only recently. So I haven't had a chance to steal anything yet as the second Yatagarasu.
I was not aware that thieves could pass down their titles like that.
But don't worry, I've got some big plans in the works.
Big plans, huh? Wouldn't happen to lead to a big arrest, would they?
I knew it. It's just no reasoning with the prosecutor.
I'm not the problem here.
I'll have you know that the Yatagarasu has no interest in stealing petty trinkets. That's one thing and only one thing I want to steal.
Only one thing? And what would that be?
But that's going to have to wait until we find our way out of here.
She stole the files to a certain case. I doubt this little girl is a great thief. I mean, she just started it. The predecessor did all the work here. Well, at least there's one thing we agree on. I'm sure I'll have plenty of time later to learn more about you.
So, you never told me what your name is, Mr. Prosecutor.
Ah, I guess not. I'm Miles Edgeworth.
Now I remember?
How do you remember something I just told you? But you sure is cheery.
Alright, Mr. Edgeworth, let's get out of here. Huh?
It would seem that we are locked in from... It would seem that we are locked in from the other side.
What? No way! I don't hear you! La la la!
Okay, do you remember where you came in from? Okay, you do remember where you came in from, right? Looks like that might be our own way out of this room.
Whoops, slight miscalculation. That's a good height to make an entrance from, but I can't jump that high to make an exit.
I suppose we have no choice but to look around and see if we can't find another way out. Begin investigation. The isolation room. She's trying her best. Look at her. Isn't this my phone? Looks like it made it through the ordeal intact.
If only there was a way for us to contact someone on the outside.
Ah, but we do have a way. Right here.
Gumshoe! There was a cell phone here this whole time?
This looks so old! If I'm right, Detective Gumshoe should have contacted the precinct for backup by now. Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Are you okay? I was so worried, sir! I'm fine. I was knocked unconscious for a spell by the kidnapper, that's all. I'm sorry, sir! I'm such a failure! If only I hadn't lost sight of you! Detective, we don't have time for this. Have the police set up a perimeter right now. You don't have to worry about that, sir. I already got the boys working on that. Okay, so he's reliable in a sense. But in doing that, I sorta... What's wrong, Detective? Sorry to butt in, but I'm afraid you're going to have to make do with me. Right, I've already solved it. The Blue Badger is real, and not just a costume person. They use Gumshoe to get information to commit crimes. What a simple... What? You mean this person is the real Blue Badger? Who is this? Shilong Lang of Interpol. Is this the Interpol agents from Shengfa? A pleasure to speak with you, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard a great deal about you. So, why exactly is an Interpol agent like yourself involved in a domestic kidnapping case?
Oh, hiya, Papaya! Welcome to the stream! Yeah, you got gifted a subscription by Wingen. You have to thank him. So yeah, please don't ever do that again. Wingen, it gave me a heart attack. What? Thanks. Yeah. Wing is the best. I mean, we even got hype train emotes this stream. I don't know how much that... Oh, 19 minutes away. Sorry, did not notice he just woke up. Yeah, no worries. I'm happy you're here. We also managed to get a hype train emote. I don't know how hype train emotes work again exactly, but I'll figure it out. So why exactly is an Interpol agent like yourself involved in a domestic kidnapping case? Don't sweat the details. A crime's a crime, whether it's on a local or a global scale. Besides, you're the one who's in a world of trouble. And why would you say that? Lang Shi says the pack that runs together stays together. You catch my drift? No. You caused quite a ruckus by running blindly into a situation and then getting caught. You should have contacted the police from the very beginning. I'm sorry that this happened because of a lapse in judgment. However, I humbly request that you please help me out of here post-haste. Sorry, no can do. What? We're hunting a kidnapper now, and I haven't got any hands to spare. As I said, my pack moves as one. You're the one who wanted to glide it alone, so good luck to you, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh, and once we do catch the kidnapper, rest assured we'll come find you. Eventually. You... What's wrong? Did you get cut off? No, my phone ran out of power. Oh, no. No way! It doesn't matter anyway. We should try to get out of here through our own means. Yeah, I have a name to live up to after all. If we put our heads together, we're sure to find a way out. They're holding a Blue Badger photo rally. You didn't know? Plus, it's not just a Blue Badger, it's his whole family, too. Oh god, he managed to procreate! Run! Oh god! If you manage to snap a shot of every member of the family, you get a really posh prize. Well, there's a costume head sitting over there. Why not start with a picture of that? You can't do that, that's cheating! There's only one of each badger in the park, so you have to work for it. Speaking of badgers, there was one sitting against the wall in the haunted house. Seriously? But somehow, I don't think that one counts, Mr. Edgeworth. You have to take pictures of the costumed ones walking around the park. So those are the rules of this game. How quaint. This is evidence? There's one of each badger in the park. Try to get the whole badger family. Hey, there's something inside of the bottom right box. Oh, I think it's a pink badger costume. Pink badger. You don't keep up with what's going on in the world, do you? In that case, you better study up on the whole badger clan with this. Proto Badger, the very first badger. He looks horrible. Bad Badger, the vile criminal with a gun. What? His whole character is just that he has a gun. Blue Badger, an ally of justice who keeps the peace. Pink Badger, known to a unique pink bow. What is this thing? Think of this as a bible of all the things you'll ever need to know about the clan. Whatever, I suppose I could keep it as a reference guide or something. Right now there's 4 badges, the next case is going to be 12. No! No! We shall not allow them to make more of themselves. I suppose this means that it's where they keep all the costumes. It certainly looks that way. It's like the Badger family's home. There are 8 boxes, but 7 of them are empty. Which means that 7 of the costumes are in use right now. Okay, and that is a puzzle piece. But aren't these badgers the mascots of the police force? Well, I heard that the police had a hand in sponsoring this theme park. Probably because the Gatewater group owes the police for all those cases they solved. They have all the power of the state and used it to make a theme park. Such as any theme park, they have a handcuff-shaped double-looping roller coaster. What? That's quite enough. I'm feeling woozy just the thought of such a thing. I've suspected every suspicious-looking cranny. A key! I see the key! What do we have here? Oh! Why do I feel a laser-like stare aimed right at me? See, there's already 7 empty boxes. They're working fast. We need to hunt them down.
With a gun! Did you want to take a look? Freedom, maybe. No. I killed them in the name of freedom. They're taking over the world. Did you want to take a look?
Well, don't mind if I do. Ooh, I see. Yes, this is definitely a key. I'm sure it's a key to something.
Okay. Nuh-uh. The something is what is relevant to my interest. No. I suppose this is the pink badger. But since it's at the same design, doesn't it seem forced to call this one a female?
You think so? I mean, just look at how long her eyelashes.
This is how lazy female character designs sometimes are. That's the only difference.
And the fact that she's pink.
Yes, and
her lips are red. See? Lipstick. Does this imply that Edgeworth wears lipstick?
What? He has nothing to say about the giant pink ribbon, or is that too obvious? Is that the blue badger I met at the main gate?
Excuse me, but his name is Proto Badger, not Blue Badger. He's based off of the very first design created by the local police chief. You know, when you compare the two, the Blue Badger looks a bit cuter.
I suppose as he continued to redesign him, the chief managed to make him cuter and cuter. Even humanity has come a long way when you think about how much we've evolved.
Are we comparing the Blue Badger to humans now?
You really shouldn't, Edgeworth. So this is the Blue Badger rival, the Bad Badger, huh?
Do you feel some sort of reference towards this Badger?
Badger K? Oops, I read that in the wrong voice.
Ha! I can't believe you would be so stereotypical when it comes to thieves. Surely you must also think there are much cooler and cuter ones out there, right? That's it. I've decided that thieves and thievery need an image makeover.
Good luck with that one.
Look, it's a Blue Badger.
I suppose even this thing can be popular with women.
My nemesis!
What in the... Why is she beating it up?
He's got the word badge right in his name. That's nothing but bad news for someone like me. And to think he's out there wandering around in this park. I better be careful, or he's going to arrest me by the power of his name alone.
I somehow doubt that the Blue Badger has the power to arrest anyone. There's nothing else here. There's only a key.
Man, why did they have to put the window so high up anyway? How is this thing supposed to make a daring escape?
I suppose we can make our way out if we were able to climb on top of these lockers.
Haha, that's pretty clever. You make a good thief yet, Mr. Edgeworth?
Please don't ever place my name and the word thief in the same sentence again.
Let's see, I wonder if I can jump and grab the top of the locker here. Man, why do they have to make such ginormous lockers anyway?
Even if we wanted to use those lockers, we need some sort of foothold. What would there were some footholds?
What is this?
What is this?
Looks like the Bad Badger, and it's looking as bad as ever.
Looks like a costume head to me.
Guess the Bad Badger's costume is, at the very least, a two-piece, huh?
The real question is, why is the only the head sitting out here on the floor? The kidnapping. Do you know where the person who kidnapped me went? Quick, Kay, use Edgeworth as your foothold and escape before the badgers come out. Is Kay's conscience fades in and out all the time? Missed the last 15 minutes. No, she just jumped in from the window and claiming she was Yatagarasu. Well, after they locked you up in...
After they locked you up in here, it sounded like they went into the next room and started talking to someone.
I feel like I heard something as well, but it's all a haze in my mind. However, I do recall that the kidnapper was talking with someone. It's just a guess before, but I guess I really am dealing with two kidnappers here.
After that, they left.
It almost seems as if they were done with you. I suppose that is the case, as my kidnapping seems like an afterthought to the 1 million. Well, if they went into the next room, let's see what we can find out through the slot. Let's examine the door.
Ooh, we can peer into the room and the kidnappers were running from there.
I'm interested to expect it. Ah, I see. Is that what I think it is?
Looks like the kidnappers had an escape tunnel prepared just in case. That's awesome. They're like a bunch of great thieves themselves.
No, they're not, because I highly doubt they made the tunnel themselves. Floor panel was removed and propped up against the beam in a very specific way. I think this building was originally built with a basement or underground area. Edward seems tall enough to jump and climb the lockers, and Casey's light enough for Edward to throw her up the lockers. Yeah, that is true. Why don't they just work together? I mean, maybe Edward just doesn't want any, like, footprints on his suit. There's a beam in the next room identical to the one in this room. There's even a hook on it to hold a propped up floor panel in place. Which reminds me... Did you find something useful, Mr. Edgeworth? Perhaps. I may have found a very handy hint to how we'll get out of here. Really? There's a door on the opposite side that appears to be the same as this one. Which would mean that I can probably assume that these two rooms are very similar in structure. I believe I may have just found our ticket out. Okay. Before we do any hasty decisions, a beam. This is the beam I was tied to. What's up? I was pondering if perhaps we could make it over to and out the window if we climb this.
Good thinking. And if it's climbing out you need, just leave it to me.
Thanks, this little hook looks like it might make for a good foothold. Hope you go, Kay. Good luck.
Count on it. The great thief Yatagarasu spreads her mighty wings and takes to the skies. Here I go.
As I thought, this beam was definitely not made for climbing.
What do you mean as I thought? I'm not your guinea pig, you know.
There must be something here. Only there were some footholds. Yeah. There's a hook on this beam, but it's not enough of a foothold to climb it with. I have a feeling this is important somehow. They're overthinking, or is it just me? I mean, we have a key, but there's not a single puzzle piece that relates to the freaking door. Can we, like, examine the door itself? Oh, it was locked from inside out. There's no keyhole here. Shite. Okay. Yeah, the only option is to... something with the open floor panel. I'm guessing the key or the beam. Is it weird to say that I'm going to say the beam first? Give it to me. How? I was joking! The hook on this beam.
You know I already tried, and there's no way I can jump from this hook to the window. Come on, even you have to admit when something's just not possible.
I wasn't about to suggest that again. Rather, that it's here for a different purpose.
Really? Like what?
As you saw in the adjacent room, it's clearly for keeping a floor panel propped up. Which means that there should be a panel in this room that we can open as well.
Oh, I get it!
We didn't notice its existence all this time because it was being hidden by this tarp.
Alright then, let's fold this thing up and see what's underneath. Now this is what I call a treasure! Wow, this must be another entrance to the secret hidden basement! That is too convenient, it is.
But this is Ace Attorney, we must not question things.
I totally smell treasure.
The scent I wish to smell is the sweet fragrance of freedom.
So what are you waiting for? Hurry up and open the hatch.
Alright. This thing is locked down tight.
Ah, that's what the key's for. Ah, fiddlesticks.
Nope, I know the solution. There we go. There we go. That's what the key's for. I believe you're up, Kay.
Huh? Why me?
Because we need to use a tiny key that you've taken quite a liking to.
Oh, gotcha. Just leave it to me.
Just take a C4 from your pocket. Definitely have some.
I love the tense feeling of these moments when you're about to uncover something big.
I believe the feeling of freedom would be much more satisfying right about now.
Oh, right! I got the secret door open! And now... jump!
Wait!
Ah!
Are you alright? Kay!
I'm fine. The ladder just slipped is all.
Thank goodness he's alright. I about had a coronary.
There's a lot of really large machinery down here.
What about an exit?
It's really dark and cramped down there. So I really doubt there's an exit. I can't believe that happened.
You leave yourself to blame for leaping before you looked, you know.
No way! I mean, how was I supposed to know that the ladder is removable?
Looks as though it can be easily removed, but is it really safe to use?
There we go! Oh my god!
I figured out how he will escape this prison, Kay.
Oh? So how are you going to bust out?
Seems that your reckless actions were of use after all.
Are you actually praising me?
More of a thank you for giving me an idea regarding this ladder.
The underground ladder? What about it?
This ladder isn't just for those who wish to go down.
Oh, I see if we use this.
Yes, I believe it's long enough to reach the top of those lockers.
Well, then what are we waiting for? Investigation complete! All right! Now we can get out of here! Aw, she looks so cute!
Yes, we spent entirely too much time in here. Kidnappers who held me hostage and a mysterious Interpol agent. This case is only getting started, and I'll be the one to bring it to a resounding end.
Okay! We have a lot of agents here. And a cat! The Wild Wild West area.
They're all leaving.
Woo!
Looks like it stopped raining for now.
Yeah, thank goodness. You have no idea how hard it was raining earlier.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Gumshoe, hello!
I'm so glad you managed to escape, sir. I was so stressed that I thought my heart was gonna give out. Detective Gumshoe, may I ask what in the world that is?
Oh, that's...
what is what?
What the what?
Count off.
Why is there an army of cops in here?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 98, 99. Shifu, all 99 members are here and accounted for, sir.
What? What?
Oh my god, the fuzzy man is the Interpol agent.
What is with his glasses? Why are they like that? He even has an assistant.
What the heck do you think you're doing counting my cubs off like that? Every person is a valuable human being, you get me? And everyone has a name that their parents gave to them. No one is a 2 or a 3. Everyone, regardless of age or rank, is number 1. Got it?
Wow, very poignant.
Shifu! Shifu! That ramble off the names! You're Agent Lang, I take it. You infidel! How dare you address our Shifu so rudely?
What the frick?
Lang Shi says, a cop who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elbow. So don't you ever forget to show the proper respect towards another person. Sheena. This isn't much, but please accept my card. Oh, thank you. Please accept mine in return. This is very respectful greeting. You all see that just now? That's the proper way for people to show their respect. Keep that in mind and you'll get far in life. Got it?
Yes, sir!
Ah, that's right. Francisca did warn me. Something about an elite Interpol agent from the Republic of Shengfa. Apparently this man has the highest successful arrest rate in the organization. Agent Lang, why exactly is an Interpol agent involved with this clearly domestic case? That's none of your business, Mr. Prosecutor. How is it not? I've heard a rumor or two about you. You solved the murder that occurred during your flight home recently, right? Ha! But you sure took a while just to arrest one little flight attendant. How pathetic. How dare you say that about Mr. Edgeworth? Are you saying you could have solved it faster, pal? The comedic relief jumps to the aid of his master. How cliche. Look, what I'm getting at is that if I had been there, no one would have died. But I would have solved the entire case, and Agent Hicks would still be with us here today. What? Agent Lang knew yesterday's victim, Agent Acme Hicks. Hicks was like a brother to me, so now I'm out to take my revenge. Agent Hicks was investigating a smuggling ring with Francisca and the third person. This must be the man she was talking about. In that case, she should understand how I feel, as the kidnapped is someone I know. So I ask that you please allow me to participate in the investigation. This is your neatly trimmed courtroom of eating. You're out in the wilderness now, Mr. Prosecutor. I'm way out of your league. No hard feelings, but why don't you go on back to your courtroom now, pretty boy? You dare to mock the court? I do. And I don't need the help of a filthy prosecutor. Sorry, but the truth doesn't need the likes of you to distort it today. Who uses the adjective filthy to describe a prosecutor? And why do I feel such intense loathing emanating from him? I have a feeling a flashback is needed. Alright, man, go drop on the perimeter around Gateward Land. Now just find me the kidnapper and bring the punk to me. Dismissed. Sir! This man has an army. Now then, Mr. Prosecutor, you just sit tight here and don't cause any trouble. Understand? Wait. The woman didn't say a word. Mr. Edgeworth. It's been a while since I last met someone so disagreeable. Why of all places did he show up here? Completely out of the blue at that. Suppose I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe to fill me in on that. Yes. Gumshoe, information please. Great job, Detective. Ah, I love his theme. Sir! For losing sight of me and the kidnapper and allowing my investigation to be hijacked. Sir... I look forward to your next month's salary assessment. But the case isn't lost yet, sir! I'm gonna show you just how much of a man Dick Gumshoe can be! Shall I prepare the 21 gun salute now or later? I love the dynamic they have! Detective, are you sure it was the precinct you called for backup? Of course, sir! I think I would know the number to my own precinct like the back of my hand. And why didn't an Interpol agent show up instead, with an army of his own agents? That I have no idea. But 5 minutes after I made that call, that wolfman showed up out of nowhere, sir. Agent Lang definitely has an agenda. So the question is, what is he after? Mr. Edgeworth, I was wondering if I may ask about one thing, sir. Yes, what is it? Who is that? The girl over there, I mean.
I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant, Keith Faraday.
What? Funny, I don't recall making my assistant, Kay. Yeah, I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Me! It's been like that since forever.
Sorry, let's just steal your supporting role.
Ah! How can you say something so serious with that giant grin on your face, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, we've got a thief on our hands, sir. She stole my role, sir. I'm taking her in, getting her convicted, and making sure she serves out the sentence.
Oh, come on, it'll be fun. Like musical chairs. You better stay fast on your feet.
No way! I will not lose the spotlight to you, little girl! Can we present something to him? I can't present this to him. So... I don't need to present anything, right? Yeah, no, we can't present profiles. Let's rock around a bit. Hello!
What have I done? Not the song!
Without wriggling. Just can't bring myself to call it dancing. Oh god, why did I do that to myself? Ouch.
Man, I can't simply do any stealing with all that detective around.
Can't do anything at all with detective around. Suppose it's not easy when there's this many members of law enforcement in the vicinity.
It's alright. Not like I'm in a hurry. To steal just any old thing.
Which is it? Do you plan to steal something or not? Quite a mystery, this one. Maybe I should talk with her a bit more.
So what are you going to do about your investigation into the kidnapping?
Good question. Since Agent Lang holds the authority to investigate this case now, this makes things a bit more complicated.
Oh, come on! You can't let that stop you! I'll even lend you a hand, so let's go!
But you're a self-purported great thief, are you not? I don't believe I can let someone of an unlawful nature participate in an investigation.
You don't like to listen, do you? I'm not just any old great thief, I'm the Yatagarasu! And as I said earlier, the Yatagarasu is after one and only one thing.
What is it? What is this one and only one thing you're after?
The Yatagarasu is only interested in one thing. And that is the truth.
I see. It was 7 years ago.
Wait, this was the moment of the flashback?
There was a vigilante who threw the business world into a panic. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appeared and vanished at will. Though we still don't know much about the thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu like to find and publicly disclose evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. Once the target was chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement was sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation was infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found was sent out to the mass media. Thanks for the stream, work skulls, have fun. Let's check back.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Yeah, I will have to stop after now, so this will probably be the last time we speak, so bye-bye! Some days later, the evidence that was found was sent out to mass media, along with a card with the mark of a three-legged raven. Looking back, I suppose you could call what the Yatagarasu was stealing the truth. Could this child really be the successor of the original Yatagarasu? That can't be, can it?
Lance! Lance! Where are you, son?
Ah! Hello, sir. This man can't run. Mr. Amano. Oh, Miles, my boy. I'm sorry to involve you in such an affair just after you've returned. For you, Mr. Amano, I gladly offer my assistance. After all, I have you to thank for how well things turned out during my time abroad. If it was for you, I might not have been introduced to that law office. And that's a chance to study the inner workings of another country's judicial system.
Ah, he basically gave Edgeworth a foot inside the door.
No, no, no. Think nothing of it. As you know, Manfred and I go way back. I consider a beloved disciple of his to be like one of my own blood. If you ever want to go overseas again, you need only to ask. I can use my company's vast network to send you anywhere at any time.
So who's the old man?
He's the father of the currently kidnapped Ernest Amano. Now then, have you found Lance yet, Miles? Please, I miss my poor boy dearly. I'm terribly sorry, but your son's whereabouts remain unknown, Mr. Amano. Hold on there! What happened to all that money? I believe the 1 million has been stolen, and that the culprits are now on the run. What?
Poor old man. Don't you have anything you could give him to cheer him up, Mr. Edgeworth?
Forgive me, Mr. Romano. What can I give him? I don't think I can give him much. I was wondering if you could please tell me the details of the kidnapping one more time. Oh, it was yesterday. A call came to the house. From the receiver came the sound of my son. Help me, Daddy! I know this is tough, but please stay with me here, Mr. Amano. You don't understand. He hasn't called me Daddy in ages. It was incredibly moving. I wish I had recorded him saying that. He definitely should have recorded that conversation. But not for the foolish sentimentalities of an old man.
He's just walking around with money around his belt.
Refresh my memory, what kind of person is Lance again?
How will telling about Lance help you get him back?
Surprisingly, a lot can be deduced from a person's relationship and behaviors.
Very well then. Lance is my one and only son and he has turned 21 this year.
I do not know. I can't figure out a voice for this man. I can't.
He is very much like me when I was his age. Kind and very attractive. I'm sure women simply can't get their hands off of him.
Is there anything else about him you notice of late?
Now that you mention it, I haven't been able to get in contact with our butler Oliver.
Your butler?
Yes, his name is Oliver Deacon. He's been with our family for years now. He gets along so well with Lance, so I thought maybe he would know where my son is.
Mr. Romano, could you please tell me a little more about your butler, Mr. Deacon?
As a butler, he's outstanding. He even serves as Lance's personal private tutor. He took a brief leave recently, but even after it was over, I haven't been able to reach him.
So you still haven't spoken with him since his leave? What about his family and friends?
They said they hadn't seen him. I've tried everything I could think of, Miles. Do you think this could have something to do with Lance's kidnapping?
It's possible, but I can't say anything for sure quite yet. Even the person closest to the victim has gone missing. Oliver Deacon sounds like one name I had better keep in mind. Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir!
Let's begin our investigation. Even if that Interpol agent holds the authority to head this investigation, we can't allow ourselves to stand idly by, twiddling our thumbs.
I'm with you 100%, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! I, Dick Gumshoe, let's just stick by your side through thick and thin!
Mr. Romano, it was my fault that the culprits escaped. Which is why, with your blessing, I vowed to return Lance to you myself.
Oh, I've never seen you so passionate before, Miles. Good luck to you, my boy.
Alright, well, what are we waiting for? Let's do some investigating.
If you think I'm losing to you, pal, forget it!
Oh my gosh. Begin the investigation.
So what should we examine first?
Thanks to Agent Lang, we can't leave this area. But the culprits were here until very recently, which means we may be able to find some clues that will tell us how they escaped.
Okay, let's get looking.
Oh no.
Hey, you there.
Who, me? What are you doing goofing off in a place like this?
I wasn't goofing off. I was about to help Mr. Edgeworth kick off his investigation.
You imbecile!
All precinct detectives are now on Agent Lang's direct command.
No way!
I am not working for Wolf Boy. Mr. Edgeworth, can you do something?
He can't. I'm not exactly in a position to argue, seeing as how you are a member of the police.
Good, now let's go. Boy, if I just got the job for someone of your talents.
Well, that was exciting.
This game is so expressive. I love it.
Okay.
What? Can't you tell I'm all ready to get down to some detective work?
You should go home. Your parents must be worried about you.
Oh, come on. If I only get to be your assistant and you try to ditch me?
I don't recall offering you the position.
Why do you have to be so difficult? Besides, it's already too late, you know. Like I said, I've already stolen the position of assistant a while back.
You're the only one asserting that.
Well, by the time anyone notices, it's already gone. That's the Yatagarasu way.
You shouldn't speak so lightly of things you know nothing about.
Fine, whatever, you win. Go ahead and do your little investigation. But the talented assistant Kay is going to tag along, no matter what you say.
Even if she turns out to be useless, she's not going to listen to me. Might as well surrender and let her come along for the ride.
Alrighty. Footprints! Hey, there's a bunch of footprints in the mud over there.
I remember hearing rain fall out here while I was being held in here.
Yep, it was just a passing rain. That's why the ground is already pretty much dried up.
I should be thankful. It left us with some nice footprint samples.
You know what? I bet if we followed them, we could find out where the kidnappers went. Plus, we'd be able to spot them because of their muddy shoes.
I don't think it will be that easy.
Why not?
Look carefully. There are quite a few different sets here. And we don't know which ones belong to the kidnappers. I also have a feeling that some of them belong to us.
Oh, that's true. We don't know what kind of shoes they were wearing.
If only we knew, we'd be able to track the kidnappers from the footprints. Excuse me, but if you could just let me through here. Sorry, I can't let anyone through. Agent Lang's orders. Ugh, I suppose we'll have to deal with this impasse for now. And go through here. I've already talked to this man. Horses are painted on this garage door to complete the Wild West theme.
They look so lifelike, don't you think?
Are you thinking of wrangling or rather stealing them?
If you could coax them out of there, sure. Come on, I know you can sweet talk them out.
I could be holding a cube of sugar in my hand and it wouldn't budge, Kay.
Oh no, I need to talk to the demon again. There's the theme! Hey, it's the Blue Badger! Badger, get!
I really don't understand why she's so excited over this badger hunt. This animation, though, is very wholesome. Speaking of badgers, there's a person inside there. Mr. Badger, I wonder if you might share with me what you saw. He's not saying a word. He's doing that contorted reeling dance again.
Aha!
No! Ah! You've uncovered my undercover identity, sir! I was to remain under that hat, sir! Aren't you Officer Meekins? It is? Oh my god! 2 appearances! 2 reappearances! At once! Sir! Mike Meekins, reporting for duty, sir! This man was a witness in one of the cases I had 2 years ago. Yeah. But the only thing I remember about this officer is that he often spoke and acted before he thought, which gave me a great deal of headaches.
Is he a friend of yours, Mr. Edgeworth?
I've met him in a courtroom once before. Why was he so upset when we unmasked him? Does he have something to hide? Officer Meekins, why are you standing here wasting time? Sir! Because I'm not police officer right now, sir! I'm the Blue Badger! And I'm creating memories and dreams for the kids! That's never a waste of time, sir! I have a dream to become as big as Detective Gumshoe, sir! I was patrolling the scorchingly boring beat until a little while ago, when the dispatch radio on my shoulder crackled that the kidnappers had escaped, sir! I thought maybe this was my shot at making detective, sir! I rushed on over to join in. When I got there was a sea of people already. And I couldn't spend my trademark friendliness and joy onto anyone. It would seem that some people never change. So why exactly are you in that ridiculous outfit? Sir! That's because, sir! I'm here to keep the visitors in good spirits, sir! But it's also to hide the fact that I'm an officer on the trail of a kidnapper, sir! I see. Agent Lang is very wise to employ this sort of diversionary tactics. To be handed the role of the Blue Badger out of all the different disguises, sir! It's such an honor! Any clues? How long have you been standing here, officer? Sir! For about 1 little hour, sir! That's around the time I woke up from being knocked unconscious. And I've been here ever since, sir! If that's true, then it's possible Officer Meekins saw the kidnappers escaping. But however, sir! I must tell you, I didn't see a thing, sir! I haven't asked you anything yet, officer. No! But I know you will, sir! He's hiding something from me. Officer Meekins, I insist that you tell me more about your recent movements. Sir, I've been playing the Blue Badger since the whole time, sir. I'm getting into it, sir. I patrolled the park, all while wearing this costume. About 1 hour ago, I came over here, sir. I haven't seen any suspicious-looking people this whole time, sir. But I did see a badger, sir. A lone Blue Badger. What you said just now is contradictory to the facts.
How so, Mr. Edgeworth?
This is what Officer Meekins' testimony contradicts. There's only one badge, one of each in the park.
Take that!
Officer Meekins, let's back things up. I'd like to ask you about your last statement. Sir, of course, sir! If that's your wish, Mr. Prosecutor. This little patrolman will wait as long as I'm commanded to wait. said that you saw a blue badger, correct? And yet, if you take a look at this, what you saw was not supposed to happen. There's one of each in the park. This park is supposed to have only one of each badger in it at any given time. Which means that as long as you are the blue badger, Officer Meekins, you should not have seen another blue badger wandering the premises. What? Sir?
Then that would mean that there are 2 blue badgers walking around, but why?
There's only one supposed to be in the park, but the second was spotted.
What if...
Are they from the second blue badger?
Give it to me?
No. Shoot! The pieces don't fit together quite right.
No.
Okay. We already talked here.
Ha! I got you now, you foul criminals!
I think the kidnappers would have better sense than to try hiding in there.
Oh, come on. Line up, will ya? I was only joking. I don't really think that the criminals will be hiding here, right in front of 2 officers.
I certainly hope not. But...
Well...
There was a second blue badger because the costumes were empty, right? There we go! And that connects with the lost footprints. A second blue badger that shouldn't exist. Clearly the true identity of the person underneath is...
Oh, I know! It's one of the kidnappers, right? The person who wore a costume to get away!
There we go. Precisely. After all, the costumes that went missing from the storage area are...
A blue badger, a proto badger, and a bat badger.
Yes, those 3.
So there are 3 phony badgers running around in the park somewhere, huh?
Okay. A blue, a proto, and a bat. Well, we need to follow the blue badger's footprints. There we go. Now that we know that the kidnappers were wearing badger costumes, those footprints from earlier took on a new and very significant meaning.
Oh, you mean now we know which track belongs to the kidnappers, right?
Yes, more than shoe prints, we need to follow the paw prints of badgers.
Okay, Miss Edwards, it's time to use those footprints and go badger hunting. So we're looking for footprints made by a costume. Hey, I think I found them. There are 2 sets here.
They both do look like possible candidates.
The set is walking off to the west. Ugh, it just stops. I can't make heads or tails of where it's headed from here.
I think you can assume it's headed towards the stadium.
I wonder where the other set leads. This one seems to be headed east. Huh? Wait, Mr. Edward, I've got him! I got one of the culprits!
Ah! No! I'm not a kidnapper, sir! Okay. Down, Kay. Clearly those footprints belong to Officer Meekins. But our criminals were each wearing a costume.
Aha! Maybe they came over to this garage for something.
That's what I would suppose. Officer Meekins, if you could step aside for a moment. We need to examine the garage. Sir! Roger Wilco, sir! Okay. Let's get in. Let's open the shutter and see what we find.
Maybe we'll find the kidnappers hiding inside.
Ah! Ah! What in the... We seem to have stumbled across a dead body. She must be in severe shock to have been the first to find it. Now then, who is this man? It's Oliver! Mr. Romano, are you saying that this man is... Yes, he's my butler. How could something like this have happened? Indeed. Why was Mr. Deacon here to begin with? Better investigate this crime scene quickly before Agent Lang or his men return. The kidnapper's footprints lead him right to this garage, and right to a dead body. Is it possible one of the kidnappers is now a murder victim? Was the victim in the costume? From my cursory examination, I believe this man died of a fatal bullet wound. It seems to have shot dead.
sure a call for someone who just found the body.
Surprising what one can become accustomed to in the span of 2 days. Won't rest until I've expected ever suspicious looking nook and cranny. This is an unusually shaped pendant.
What is it? Is it something valuable?
She seems to have regained some of her composure.
Looks like a horse pendant. It's got an antique feel about it, and it's really pretty. Hold on, this is made of platinum silver. Nice, it is worth something after all.
Oh my gosh, Wingen, that's too late!
Ah! Oh, and look, there's something written on the back. Colin Deveray. Its name.
Colin Deveray. But this man's name is... Deduce. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? The victim is Oliver Deacon. Eureka! There's something not right about the name of the pendant. The victim is the Amano family butler, and his name is Oliver Deacon. But the name on the pendant is Colin Deveray.
I wonder what's up with that.
I don't know, but I think we've hit upon an important piece of information. Shaped like a horse, Colin Deveray is engraved in the back. Okay. The bullet wound. As long as that Interpol agent has control of this case, I'm not going to be able to have a real autopsy done on the victim. I'm no doctor, but let's see what we can piece together myself. There are 2 gunshot wounds. One on his abdomen and one on his shoulder.
So that means that he was shot twice?
No, I don't think so. I think the abdominal one is an entry wound, and the one near his shoulder is the exit wound. Oh, so he was shot really up close.
Nice, I knew you could figure it out.
Comes with experience, and I've seen my fair share of crime scenes. Speaking of experience, this crime scene seems a bit too clean for a murder where the bullets went clean through. I should make a note of this oddity. Bullet enters his abdomen and exited through his shoulder.
The investigation is complete.
We have our life back. Lance! Lance! Where are you, sweetie?
Sweetie? Who are you?
Excuse me, but you are?
Oh, this is bad. He's really good looking. Stop it, Lauren. You can't let yourself fall for a playboy like him. You're in love with... Sounds like someone doesn't know the meaning of the phrase inner monologue, huh?
Sorry to interrupt your conversation, but might you be a friend of Lance?
Yes, I'm Lance's girlfriend. My name is Lauren Pops.
His girlfriend?
Oh, it's not like that. We're more like friends. And we're not lovers or anything. We haven't gotten that far yet. But I guess that's how people are going to see it, so I should just accept it.
What is going on with her?
I even got this ring as a present from Lance.
It's a candy ring. Like, this man clearly doesn't love you.
Haha, you know what she reminds me of? A cartoon character.
May I inquire as to why you are here?
I haven't been able to get into contact with Lance lately. And I began to get really worried. I looked everywhere for him. But then I heard about the kidnapping, so I came here. Wow, you're really strong for having made it through all this by yourself. Is it true? Has Lance really been kidnapped?
What, a candy ring isn't good for proposing? But it's so inexpensive and delicious.
I mean, a candy ring is temporary.
A proper ring is forever. You know what I mean? It doesn't even have to be a diamond. It has to be a proper ring. No one is supposed to know, but yes, it's true.
Oh, Lance! I can't believe you've been spirited away. I wonder how you're doing right now. Looks like she's gone back to the fair maiden in love routine. So, Mr. Edgeworth, where do we go from here?
Well, we found a body, so we should look into the murder. Oh god, he is back! That man brought me up to speed over the radio. And I have to say, you really should have called. I heard you found something very intriguing. I have nothing to hide, Agent Lang. It's exactly what you see before you. I'll take it from here.
Yeah, that guy's really dead.
Hey, you waiting for an invitation? Hurry up and detain the suspect.
Now.
Suspect who?
No, not Meekins!
Officer Meekins, is it?
You're coming with us.
What? Sir, I had nothing to do with it, sir! Agent Lang, don't you think you're being a bit rash? Do you even have a good reason to suspect Officer Meekins?
Ha! I'll leave that kind of stuff to you prosecutors. It's your job after all. Like I said earlier, the crime scene instance for giving us your precious courtroom.
That's your answer.
That's your answer. I know you like your logic and reasoning, but that sort of impractical fluff is not needed out here in the field. All you have to do is arrest suspicious person after suspicious person. That's how you eliminate crime from the streets.
That's also precisely how you unnecessarily arrest innocent people by mistake.
Innocent people? Nonsense!
There's no such thing as an innocent person. We've all got a blemish or two in our hearts. That's tyranny. I won't allow such a thing to go on unchecked before my eyes.
Too bad you don't call the shots around here.
As I have sworn to uphold the laws of this land, I cannot allow you to take this man in. That you will arrest the man on false charges without even conducting an investigation. Have you no honor as a member of law enforcement? Yo, how dare you speak so disrespectfully to our Shifu? Hold it.
You amuse me, Mr. Prosecutor. Like he says, every pack has its own rules. If you can play by their rules and come out on top, that is a true victory. Alright, I'll give your beloved laws a fair shake. I'll show you just how much investigating I've done. Through my line of logic. Okay. What did bro do? He just stood there. I've seen a lot of bodies like the one being carted off in my time. I can say he was shot in a single glance, but even you figured that much out, right? With your current gun laws, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun. Well, unless you're a member of law enforcement like Officer Meekins, isn't that right?
That is your reasoning.
Solid as a rock. It's based on the philosophy of detainment. What's this philosophy of detainment? Ha! You don't know. In that case, pay attention, girlie. In my country, the criminals have a saying. Beware of the wolf.
Why the wolf?
Because in my language, lang means wolf. And you don't mess with me or my pack. And as for the detainment philosophy, its father is my honorable ancestor, Lang Shi.
Lang Shi. You think I have heard of him and his teachings if he's that famous?
Okay. Lang Shi developed it as he worked to lock criminals away thousands of years ago. To this day, the Shangfa police still trains his recruits using his philosophies. But thousands of years ago? What makes your story as about as believable as a fairy tale?
Anything wears down and breaks over time. Do you really believe something as ancient as that can be applied to today's world?
You want to put it to a test?
T. Long Lang's logic.
Wait a sec.
With your current gun laws, it's not so easy to get a hands on the gun.
Hold it!
I have an idea.
It would appear you've studied a little of our laws.
Studied? Who needs to study what every child on any street corner already knows? Is that Gina?
The Federal Firearms Instructions Act.
That's it. The Federal Firearms Restrictions Act. I hear it's not easy to get a gun these days.
Interesting. That woman is the one in charge of keeping track of the information. Unless you're a member of law enforcement like Officer Meekins.
Hold it!
If that's the case, there are plenty of other officers who might be potential suspects. You're not seriously going to arrest each and every one of them, are you?
As if I would need to. I've already looked into everyone else here.
Oh?
Other than Officer Meekins, I know no one else's weapon has been fired.
How did you check every single person's weapon in such a short span of time?
That's because each and every one of my subordinates is extremely capable. It didn't take much more than a few minutes to conduct the entire investigation.
power of sheer numbers. But you have yet to check Officer Meekins' weapon, correct?
Thanks for reminding me. Hey, you! Show me your gun! Oh!
What's wrong? Why does he look sickly pale all of a sudden?
Gun!
What did you say?
I can't hear you. Stop mumbling and spit it out already. Sir! Sir! I lost my gun, sir!
How could you be so irresponsible?
In the end, it looks like you're still the only suspect we got. You're the one who waited here outside this garage to ambush and kill the victim.
Oh, Meekins, oh no.
So you think that Officer Meekins waited here to kill the victim, do you, Lang?
I think this little accusation deserves a lot more scrutiny.
Officer Meekins ambushed the victim in this garage and killed him here with his gun. If that was the case, Lang, there would be blood on the floor.
Objection!
There we go. Easy.
Unfortunately for you, Agent Lang, that is simply not possible.
What do you mean?
You've seen the crime scene for yourself. And while you were looking, did you not think to yourself that it was a little too clean?
Aya!
So you did notice that there was too little blood. Do you still wish to claim that Officer Meekins committed the murder here? Because this is the crime scene. And if it was your men who led you to think it was, then I suggest you leave this case to the local police to set the record straight.
Not bad. I see your logic can be just as sound as man. In that case, let me ask you this. Don't you think it's weird that Officer was hanging out around here in the first place?
Weird? How so?
Hey you! Your squad's not even supposed to be in this area, right? What were you doing neglecting your duties and loafing around here? Don't you dare give me some lame excuse like, I found myself taking a walk. Well, but sir, I really did take a walk, sir. You're a disgrace. How dare you take your past complications so lightly?
Officer Meekins is looking extra meek. Is he hiding something?
Mr. Edgeworth, please, sir! Save me the way you did earlier! Please, sir!
Officer Meekins, please give us a detailed account of what happened.
Sir, not you too!
The face-off portrait.
Meekins' testimony.
It's true, sir! I wasn't assigned to this area, sir! I was told to check every square inch of the main gate area, sir! I also went looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams in the blue Badger-mobile, sir! But I got completely caught up in my role, selling dreams to the children, sir! Before I knew it, I found myself here in this area, sir!
Huh. What is this blue Badger-mobile?
It's a moving store on wheels that sells sweet dreams and merchandise, sir!
So the Blue Badger-mobile is just a roaming souvenir shop?
Parked in the Wild West garage area.
Sir, I swear I was chasing the kidnappers down while I was a good dream merchant!
He seems rather worked up, even more than his usual hyperactive self.
He sure seems sure of what he's saying.
Can you try to calm down and lower your voice to a more reasonable level, officer?
Sir! Roger, sir!
I need it. Meekins is making my throat dry up. I need a sip.
My God, Meekins!
Okay. To what area were you assigned to then? Alright then, where were you assigned to?
I was assigned to the main gate, sir!
You must mean the area with the bridge and the outrageous fountain.
Okay, then why are you here in the Wild Wild West area?
That's because! It's because of a very deep reason, ma'am!
Okay, and what did you find? Describe for me how you conducted your investigation.
Yes, sir! Well, first, I made sure there were no suspicious-looking people in the area, sir. But the only people that seemed to gather around me were little girls, sir.
Well, what did you expect when you're dressed like the Blue Badger?
I thought I had no choice at that point, sir. So...
Hold it!
What exactly do you mean by selling dreams?
Sir, the Blue Badger-mobile is where dreams are collected.
What?
Sweetness like you've never known, except in dreams, ma'am. Like innocence drops. And bitterness found only in nightmares, ma'am. Like guilty jawbreakers. line goes as I push the blue Badger-mobile along. It's my sworn duty, ma'am.
Ooh.
Hold it!
I have an idea.
How did you wind up all the way over here? I was in the middle of a sea of kids, sir. But one of the kids decided to challenge me to a fight, sir. I had to run away from the child's painful drop kicks, and before I knew it...
Haha, the good old dropkick. I dished out my fair share of those when I was a kid. I was always the best when you felt one really connect with your opponents.
In any case, you wound up here for a reason completely unrelated to the investigation. Sir! That's right, sir! That's not something you should be admitting to with your head held high, officer. Sounds like you simply forgot about his real job and became the Blue Badger. However, there's one flaw in Officer Mikis' story. But I have the feeling that he'll need some prodding before I'll spill the beans. Well, I will need to press all the statements then if he says that.
Hold it!
You completely forgot to look for the kidnappers. No, sir! Of course not, sir! I would never do something like that, sir! You're absolutely right!
Wow, you're good at this, forcing people to confess things, Mr. Edgeworth.
To be frank, I'm just a little man, sir. I'm better at selling kids a few small dreams than looking for a big crook, sir.
Hold it!
Enough wallowing in your own self-pity. Let's return to your testimony. Yes, sir! Did I press everything? I think so, yeah. This statement is weird because if that was the case, it was parked inside this garage. So wouldn't you have seen the body?
Objection!
There we go. Nice.
Officer Meekins, I would appreciate it if you didn't tell such transparent lies. Sir! I'm lying, sir? Yes, you are. If you were really out here selling dreams with the Blue Badger-mobile until recently, then what is it doing here inside the garage? Ah! Actually, I had just lost track, sir. Lost track of what? By the time I realized it, the Blue Badger-mobile was nowhere to be found, sir. Which would mean it was perhaps stolen. And that's when I came back to this area, thinking maybe it was in the garage, sir. But that's where you found me, Miss Edgeworth, sir.
Knuckle back!
No. A likely story. What do you think is going to buy such a convenient tale as that? What exactly is so convenient about his story? But the car getting stolen. It's completely unbelievable, even for a cover story. But I think we can assume the car was used, alright, to move the dead body. What? You killed the victim at some distant location, Officer Meekins. And then you used the Blue Badger-mobile to transport it all the way here. Now then, you're coming with me. But it wasn't me! Sir! The killer, sir! It wasn't me, sir! Agent Lang, wait. What do you want now? We still don't know where the real scene of the crime is. You can't say we all know all the facts of this case, let alone the truth. I told you. True schmooze, I couldn't care less. Our job is to catch the crook. You'll find out your precious truth after we arrest this guy and take him in. That's the job of you prosecutors in your fancy courts with your logic. As for us, we don't have that kind of time to waste. You boorish buffoon! I think you need to leave. What? We need to get the body to autopsy, and you guys are getting in the way. You would interfere with another one of our investigations? Hey now, let's not forget who holds the actual authority to conduct investigations here. I'm afraid the one doing the interrupting is you, my ignorant little pretty boy. Don't call me pretty boy. Now be a good fancy boy and get out of my sight. If you don't, I'll arrest you for obstruction of justice. Oh, no. Well, Mikis is going to jail. And I'm afraid we're out of time. If I continue now, then
I'm afraid if we continue now that we'll go overtime. So, I'm actually happy that we managed to get this far into the case. So, yeah, we are done for today. Oh my gosh. This day was crazy as heck! Please don't ever do that again, Wingin. My heart can't take that. Done some good investigating work today. Yeah, we did! I'm actually super proud that I managed to get some good conversations. Oh man, I'm tired. So yeah. I have some work to do for next stream. I need to make some emotes. And thanks for the stream. Yeah, thank you so much for all the donations you did. The bits and the gifted subs. I still can't believe. Yeah, it is on the bingo list, right? I mean, and also it's just my duty as a good streamer to make good emotes for you guys. I mean, after the donating spree you did, I can't do anything else. I can't do anything less. It might also give, well, motivation to give higher tier emotes out maybe in the future. Maybe we'll like spread the polka dots around. I mean, if you get emotes, this is only for this chat. Because that will be a bit sad. Or maybe I should just enter more streams and spread the polka dots myself because I'm the head of the stream. Because I'm the streamer after all. Emotes can be used in any chat. Oh my gosh. The polka dots shall reign in RT Games chat. Okay, that's the mission. That's the mission. Polka dots everywhere. Yes. Okay, we'll do that then. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. So, I will need to take a breather after today because... Oh boy! I did not expect so many people. I did not expect everything that just happened. But I shall... Shall I highlight the donations? I mean, that's the moment you broke me, so maybe I would. Maybe I should. So, yeah. Okay, I'll do that later then. First, I'll need to lie down and calm down. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone. And I will see you next Friday for the continuation. Broken streamers sure make for decent videos, sure. Yeah. So yeah, I will see you guys next Friday for the continuation. And on Sunday, of course. So yeah, look forward to that. Bye bye!